Hayden, would you take us in?
Just for the record, it wasn't my fault. Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
Morning came to the crew of the Anemaril, and breakfast was had. Moxie was a little worse for wear. She'd been at the mushroom wine most of the night again. Woo had a stiff back from sleeping in a box at the foot of a perfectly good bed. But other than that, everyone was in fine spirits as they chatted about the day to come. To Waterdeep, the Emerald would take you. The city of splendours, where the false Luciana had planned to meet an old friend of the real Lucy's for dinner. Inama, as the old friend was named, was a former adventurer, like Lucy, and who now worked as a bodyguard to Lady Laerol Silverhand, the city's ruler, who just so happened to be in possession of one of the 7 keys to the Temple of Tiamat. Hobgoblin mercenaries have already tried to take the staff from Tabitha back in Thundertree, and a number of them assaulted Thornhold, presumably to get the 2nd key that was kept there by Lord Atherton Magaster, cousin to Lady Gillian Magaster. Lord Atherton was unaware he held such a powerful artifact. Gillian, a powerful wizard, another former adventurer, and wife to Elia, the Dragon of Neverwinter, had left Atherton the key to the temple in her will. Lucy had delivered it herself a few years earlier, so she told you. And it seems clear now that these mercenaries are after the keys. It also seems quite likely that they are working for this shadow you have heard mentioned. But who or what is the shadow? The shadow will punish you. A phrase heard a number of times, first by Moxie, Woo, and Darwin, back in the cave in the Feywild. The words uttered by a dying hobgoblin who had kidnapped some fungus folk. And then the phrase again, uttered by the butcher, the dwarf who had been seemingly mixing fire beetle essence with spores from those poor kidnapped mushroom folk, and mixing them together into some sort of alcoholic beverage. He too had muttered something about the shadow. And Master Shigul had been found dead there in his butcher's shop, his throat cut repeatedly. He had been tortured, killed, brought back again and again by the butcher and 2 other figures, and his brain had been removed. The butcher also had goblins locked in his basement, and the goblins were in possession of coins depicting an alternate version of Lord Rainier Neverember. Those same coins had been found in the pockets of the hobgoblin mercenaries that came after you. And then there was this false Lucy, a creature that seemed to be able to take on not only the form of another creature, but steal their memories and their abilities. And she too had mentioned the name the Shadow. Someone is paying goblins and hobgoblins and whatever the hell false Lucy was with coins that should not exist, paying them to abduct, interrogate, and murder Master Shigul, to steal Tabitha and Lucy's key. It seems obvious that these mercenaries you encountered at Thornhold were there for Lucy or Tabitha's key, or maybe both. Probably all 3 keys were their targets. Quite what the butcher was doing with the fire beetle glands, mushroom spores and booze is still a mystery, but it must be connected, surely. So who is the Shadow? There is a criminal known by that name operating in the city of Neverwinter, and then there is the thing, the entity that attacked you in the Feywild. It had broken through into the Azure lands, the lands protected by Queen Titania's powerful magics. It chased you through the forest, through the portal created by Master Shigul's key. It chased you into the temple, that beast. You learned it had raged at the edge of the Azure lands for decades. It did not belong in the Feywild, and it hungered for the hoblins and the other innocent creatures that dwelled in the safe zone. So long it had thrashed against that barrier, wailing, craving the sweet souls of those within, and then when the barrier finally fell, it ignored all those creatures it had sought for so long, and it came after you, Woo, Darwin, and Moxie. And of course Master Shagul. He was there too. But what possessed that darkness, that shadow, to forget its ancient hunger, to disregard the open door to the buffet it has desired for so long? Why did it chase you? Or is that the wrong question? Should the question be, who was the shadow chasing? In 13 days' time, Queen Titania's son, Prince Zorath, will marry Lord Neverember's daughter in the throne room of Neverwinter Castle. Neverwinter has been without a king for decades, ever since the cataclysm when the city was all but destroyed. The crown of Alagondar was lost that day, the bloodline broken. Lord Protector Dagult Neverember, the city's previous ruler, never declared himself king, despite claiming to be of that bloodline, because only the wearer of the crown could claim that honour. He had paid many adventurers over the years to quest for the crown, but they all returned empty-handed, if they returned at all. And ultimately, it seems that Dagult Neverember gave up on the crown. But now, years later, his son Rene, who rules the city, has employed you to find the crown. He wishes to declare himself the rightful king. He is marrying his daughter to a prince. The bloodline will be reborn. King Neverember, ruler of Neverwinter, will rule with an with compassion and love. He will be loved by his people. It's not true what they say about him, that he has a dungeon where he mutilates dwarves and halflings for fun, that he pays wizards to teleport him to the Feywild so he can hunt the Fey folk, or that he once beat a homeless child on the steps of the castle for daring to ask for food. These things are lies. It's not true that he is a bigger bastard than his father. Lord Dagult Neverember, the bastard the city needed, they called him. A hard man, a stern man, a man who was not afraid to do what had to be done. He retook Neverwinter from the horrors that came up from below. He rebuilt the city with his own coin. He uncovered the Dragon Cult's plot and held together the city's defences when war came to its walls, and in the aftermath he was instrumental in the reforging of the Lord's Alliance. He left something of a legacy when he died 3 years ago, a legacy that Renier is hard-pressed to live up to. So it's no wonder, perhaps, that Renier seeks the crown. For the crown is power, and not just the symbolic kind. It is said that the crown of Alagondar holds powerful magic, magic to allow its bearer, the true king, to do great and wonderful things. But what is often not spoken of is what happens to a false king who dons the crown. But enough of the history lessons. The Anemaril took flight southeast to Waterdeep. Along the way, you encountered a strange hole in the sky with rope hanging from it. Inside the hole, you found the body of a halfling. It seemed he had been aboard another skyship, which had run afoul of sky pirates, and had been boarded. The halfling had escaped into this portable hole, and then starved to death inside with no means of escape. And so you took the hole, and the body, and his belongings, intending to return it to the family of this little man. And then onwards you sky-sailed. There must be a better phrase than that. And you encountered a swarm of snakes. Flying snakes. Were they migrating? Were they lost? Were they an intentional trap? Darwin speculated as the snakes descended upon the ship, biting and nipping at you. You murdered them all. I do hope they weren't endangered.
No.
But why were they here? These snakes are native to tropical climates, and you're nowhere near Snake Town.
Snake Town.
Lucy
Good name.
emerged onto the deck, looking splendid in a fancy ball gown. Are we nearly there yet? She asked. And why is there so much reptile meat scattered across my ship? That was mostly woo, said Uther. First of all, you have a new quest in your quest log called Return to Sender. This is about returning the body of the halfling to his family. Lucy looks around the deck. Oops. Oh, shit. There we go. Lucy looks around the deck at the bloody remains of a couple of dozen winged snakes. Oh, did I miss all the fun? Shame. Still, now we have a lot of snake meat. I'm quite fond of snake meat. First mate Wu.
Aye.
There is snake meat everywhere, First Mate Wu, making my ship look untidy. What do you intend to do about it?
I'm just moving to clean it up and snaps his fingers to a few crew members to help.
Who are you snapping your fingers at?
I don't know. I think everybody might break my hand if I snap it too hard near them. I'd be like, anybody want to give me a hand to pick up the barbecue meat?
Don't ask them, Wu. Tell them. You're the first mate.
Hey, you land-loving bastards, give me a hand!
Is anyone helping Wu?
No.
I'll start picking up the snakes anyway.
Hello.
Good work,
You're
Will.
helping, are you?
Yeah.
I'll call down from the crow's nest. Good work.
Says Roscoe in the crow's nest next to you.
So I'll find some sort of like a sheet to wrap these snakes in and take them down to the kitchen after I'm finished. With obviously Mox's hooved help.
Yep. Even Fergus helps. Fergus is dragging one half of a snake towards the stairs to head down into the hold.
Good lad. Good lad. This is not going to go with my veggie diet.
Voldrum, make a perception check, please.
Okay.
At disadvantage because it's the middle of the day.
Yeah, the most useful daylight watchman ever.
He didn't think it through.
You're not the only one that's kind of in a suboptimal position on the ship. It's quite amusing.
Oh, shit.
It's just a ship of clowns.
Yeah, here we go. There we go.
Early days, not done much sailing, just killing reptiles.
Yeah, you've only logged about 7 or 8 hours flying. There's plenty of time to get passably adequate at flying.
I don't know if that's a pass or not.
That's not a pass now. That's
No.
a very low roll, Jonathan. Anyway.
Very good. Excellent work.
Okay, I'd like everyone else to make a perception check now as well.
Am I still on top of the ship?
I mean, this is general as things are cleaned up and tidied up.
Okay.
Am I making one?
Everyone.
That's everything.
Is it just normal for us?
Yeah.
Because we're not like some shy. Oh, come on.
Oh, we just simultaneously burped, Talon. We're burp brothers.
We must be on the same wavelength. The glasses.
Dukal, Tabitha, and Darwin. You hear a sound as this snake meat is being tidied up, and Lucy's sort of surveying the scene of it. It sounds like a whooshing sound, and then there's another, and another, and they're regular, these sounds, and they seem to be getting louder or perhaps closer. And you turn around looking at the sky, peering around, trying to pinpoint where this sound's coming from. There's no cover here, you realise, nowhere for anything to hide, save for the clouds above. But as you could hide in the clouds, something else could hide in them. But it's impossible to locate the source of this sound, and then it seems to diminish, growing softer and quieter, or perhaps more distant. For now. The weather remains calm and mild for the next few hours. It's surprisingly pleasant up here. Nice spring day. What is everyone doing for the next hour or so of the journey?
Pairing snakes, seasoning them down ship.
Did you say seasoning them?
Seasoning
Gotta get the
them.
salt level right. Gotta salt those snakes just correctly.
Seasoning the snake meat. I've been in too many games to know not to season my meat straight away.
Anyone else? Tabitha, I'm assuming you're still piloting the ship?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything particular at the
I'm gonna
moment?
keep a squint out for danger.
Keeping watch.
Squint, yeah.
Very windy outside.
What was my job on the ship?
You're the bosun. You're in charge of the looking after the crew and also the ship. Your job is to make sure the ship isn't damaged, and if it is, to do something about it, and make sure that the bosun, that the rest of the crew gets food, drink, that their morale's up. Maybe you'd like to sing to them.
I'll go around and ask if people want food and drink, and I'll give them food.
Okay.
Give them some snacks.
Some snacks. Some snake snacks. Are you
You ever heard of the bosun's whip? The bosun's also very much in charge of delegating the crew what to do and punishing them if they don't.
Yes, yeah.
She gets a whip out.
Thing is, Moxie's charisma is that high that I don't think she'll ever need to do that. She could just offhand suggest someone should do something, they'd probably do it. So are you making some snake snacks?
I don't know.
You can if you want.
I have a snake on a stick.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, let's cook some snakes. Are you proficient
Alright,
in
but
cookery?
I'm going to look up.
Are you proficient in cookery? It doesn't matter if you're not, you can still try and make some snake snacks.
I'm in the same room as Moxie and
Yeah.
because I'm snake, sort of like snake prayer as well. But I feel like, no way, man. You can pay. You didn't help me drag these snakes downstairs. One cup of the snake.
Log in. Make a cook.
Okay, so no, you aren't proficient in cooking tools, but you can still try and cook. Woo,
Sure.
are you proficient in cooking tools?
I'll just check my stuff now. Let's see, proficiencies. Unless tea brewing and thieves' tool. Unless we're going to brew some sort of like tea stew out of these snakes, I'm not sure. Snake stew, anyone?
Sounds slimy.
Okay,
It's
so
okay, you can brew the skin.
so either each of you can make a roll, or one of you can make a roll with advantage. It'll be a wisdom check, please.
Do you want to make the roll with advantage, Moxie, or do you want me to? Because I've got good wisdom, actually.
You've what? Sorry.
I've got good wisdom. I've got a wisdom of 16.
Ooh!
Yeah, you do it then.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Give it a go.
Okay. Click on the number. Oh no, there it is. Click.
Ooh!
That's without advantage. I'll just press it again to see if I get any better. So yeah, 20.
Okay, nice. So yeah, between the two of you, it's a bit of a comedy show at one point because neither of you are that much of a cook. Yeah, there's a bit of bumping into each other and a few elbows
I've
here
got
and
salt
there.
everywhere.
But yeah, there's piles of salt everywhere. Fergus is making salt angels on his back in the pile of salt. But you do successfully make some snake snacks. Are you then distributing them to the crew?
Yeah.
Okay, is everyone having a snake snack?
I'll dance
Yeah,
around.
come on.
Like, dance up to snake snacks. Snake snacks.
It's a dancing delivery of the snake snack.
Twirling around.
Is anyone not eating a snake snack?
No,
You're rude not to.
I refuse.
Okay, Tabitha is not eating.
I wanted to befriend the snakes.
Oh dear.
It's too late for that. They had red. No, I'm going to say
The,
that.
the
I'm going to
snakes,
say they had red auras, but
the
that's not
snakes
been said.
started it. It is true. The snakes started it.
They were evil snakes. Don't mourn them.
They weren't evil.
They were bad snakes, I could tell.
They make a delicious
Absolutely
snack.
not.
They
Had
weren't
it
evil.
coming.
Animals are rarely evil. They're just there to survive.
Absolutely. And being an animal myself, I could feel that.
The snake snacks are surprisingly good, and none of you get the shits, which is always, good when you're on a plane or an airship. And they're quite tasty. Woo and Moxie have excelled here. You've used up probably 8 of the snakes. You've got about another 16 snakes left.
It's a lot,
Thanks,
it's a
dude.
lot of snake.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else doing anything during the snake snackery over the next hour or so?
Snake snackery. I'm going to try frying some adding some more seasoning of something onto mine and then eating it.
I mean, there's a full larder. I'm sure you can find some turmeric or something.
Add some crispy onions and mushrooms on top of it or something.
Fergus screams in horror.
Yeah. Always I'll have a snake as well. Gonna try brew some tea in my spare time as well.
Yeah, if you wanna, you've got
Yeah,
plenty
with
of
the
time.
snake.
If you want to make some tea, you can do.
Yeah,
remember,
we'll do
you
it.
can invite someone to join you for a cuppa. You can make 2 cups.
Oh,
at a
okay.
time at the
I'm
moment.
gonna roll a dice for this. I'm gonna roll a dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 7 of you all together as well. Don't forget Alison's there. You can just see a head. Look, a tiny little head. Just
Yeah.
just tiny little head just peeking over the edge of the camera.
Oh, okay. 1. Moxie is invited to have some tea.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. So, give me a tea brewing roll, please, Will.
Okay. Give me a second, just changing the value because it's a Smith 1.
Good tea.
That's good tea. Okay, so until the end of the next long rest, Wu and Moxie both have advantage on wisdom, skill checks, and saving throws.
Nice.
So wisdom also includes like perception
Thank
checks.
you, Woo.
That's it. Thanks for helping me clean up the snakes.
It's okay. Chin chin woo. Chin
Chin chin.
So-
My little green chin.
Moxie's hungover, so she's like, oh,
It's nice.
yeah.
She's got a bit of fatty snake meat in her. She's got a bit of some nice special tea. Her hangover's slowly lifting, just in time to start getting a new one. Okay.
Perfect.
So
Thank you.
it's been about an hour since the snake attack. I'm going to put you on the map for the ship. Everyone, according to the map, is still on deck. But where really is everyone in relation to the map? So you can be on any deck you want. Just want to know exactly where everyone is. I might have to move you between decks. I don't know if you can move between decks or not.
Don't know.
Try.
Where am I?
Up there, look.
Oh.
Can move between decks.
Yeah. So, and if there's a door you want to get in that you can, you should be able to open it. So put yourself wherever you want to be, please.
What deck is this?
So that is still the main deck, Woo, but in the middle that's the external part, but then it's got the roofs off, the fore and aft castles.
Alright. My computer's lagging a bit
Right.
due to the wind. So I'm just take me a bit to move. But no worries, carry on. Figure this out.
How do I...
Go on decks.
There's more of the ship that way as well, Leanne.
Oh.
That's the galley deck, the third one down, then the bottom one's the cargo deck.
I will be.
If you can't get in, you just have to open a window. Hang on. There you go. I've opened a door for you. You can get in the side.
It's difficult. Here.
Okay.
Yes, obviously.
How did you do that, Moxie? That's amazing. Dave, can you just drag me in there?
Should be able to get through. Should be able to get through that door that's open.
Just sipping my tea down there.
So, Uther, are you king of the worlding?
I'm just enjoying. This is obviously a fabulous place to be. Taking in the sights.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm
Alright.
not going to do anything in particular. I don't know if I can take a short rest to use a hit dice, Dave, or don't know
Yeah,
if
I
that's
was
possible.
going to come to that in a minute.
But yeah, I'm not really doing anything but just watching and chilling.
Okay. Voldrun, are you happy in the crow's nest?
Yeah, I'll stay there.
Ducal and Darwin, you happy on deck where you are?
Yeah, Darwin's going to go to whatever flank of the ship that is nearest land, and he's going to try and remember the way the ship's gone.
Okay. So the port side of the ship is following the coastline at the moment. Starboard side is out to sea.
Yeah, so he's off to the port side then. Then he'll wander up and down the deck, taking it all in.
Okay. Ducal, you happy where you are?
Just on the rope, doing my job.
Yeah.
Where I am. Making sure the sails are all right.
So yeah, up to 4 people can help with the ropes, and they basically assist Tabitha. If you're in a navigation situation, they can boost her rolls. If you're in combat, you can basically roll each turn to try and help Tabitha pull off trickier manoeuvres and things. But we'll come to that one day, eventually, when we do ship combat. Okay, everyone happy?
Yes.
I just want to have a short rest.
Is Fergus down with you?
Yeah, put
Yeah.
it with me, yeah.
Okay, so if anyone wants to do a short rest, you can, because this is going to be about an hour between the snakes attacking and what happens next. So you can spend your hit dice.
I see we've got a +1 short sword in the group blue. I don't know if that's useful to anyone.
It's useful to anyone that uses dexterity. Well, it's useful to any melee character, but it can be used by a dexterity-based character, so it'd be pretty good for Voldrum. Woo, are you strength or dex?
Dex, but
Dex.
I do more damage
Yeah.
with my fists.
No, but you
than what my
could
weapon does.
use a short sword. That's all I'm saying.
I could do, yeah.
Because it's also
Yeah.
a magic weapon. Remember, so it bypasses
Oh,
some
okay.
resistances.
Oh, that's a good point. It's only 1 point down for what I'm doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'd have it as a spare.
Yeah. So it's best for anyone can use it theoretically, but
Yes.
it's best for Voldrun or Woo.
We should have it.
Because you've got your longbow as well, haven't you? Which is magical. So
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
alright.
So, do you want to add it on, mate? I'll take it off the group loot.
you know how to ride a short sword, don't you, Hayden?
Get type in short sword and put it in.
Make sure you drag the +1 version over. Though. It's quite a plain looking sword, but it has a very sharp edge on it. But there's nothing particularly fancy about it. And I can't remember where you got it from. Anyway, that's not relevant. All right. So, is everyone happy with the short rest?
Yeah.
Okay, a little over an hour later, half a dozen hours since you left Thornhold this morning, Lucy emerges back on deck again, still in her dress. She's done her makeup now, she's got her hair all fancy, and the dress she's wearing exposes her upper shoulders, like she's got lower shoulders. It exposes her shoulders and her upper back, and you see she's got this intricate tattoo. You've maybe seen bits of it before around her upper arms, but now you can see the whole thing across her back. And it's kind of like a bit of an abstract design of overlapping, interlinked geometric shapes and blades. There are several blades in the design as well. And she emerges from her cabin, and she instructs you, Tabitha, to begin the descent back down through the cloud bank, and arcing over the southern point of the Sword Mountains. You finally see it sweeping into view ahead, an urban sprawl like nothing you have seen before. The city spreads along the flanks of a mountain, spiralling northward from where the mouth of a wide, fast-flowing river bleeds into the sea, with sheer cliffs to the east, looming above the expansive farmlands that spread out around the periphery of the city, and sturdy walls and gates that separate it from those farmlands. Waterdeep is an impressive sight, to say the least. And while Uther, you have perhaps visited this city before, you've never seen it from this vantage point. Waterdeep makes Neverwinter look like a hamlet. And the docks are busy with trade ships from all across Faerun and beyond. And the lands to the north and northeast are just endless fields of crops that you see are ripe now. And you think, isn't that a little out of season? The city itself is encircled by this towering wall, and the layout of the city is neat, to describe it in a single word. Its roads and streets are paved and laid out in a grid format, as opposed to Neverwinter's organic, somewhat chaotic tangle. And there are towers, so many towers. There is a verticality to this city, one that is not present in Neverwinter with the exception of Castle Never itself. And at the heart of the city of Waterdeep, a vast palace of white marble stands, with a huge fortified castle a stone's throw away. Beyond these two imposing landmarks, amidst the other towers, of which there are dozens, one tower stands out from the others, and it's comprised of smooth black stone. There appears to be no obvious doors or windows. It's not the tallest tower by a long shot. It's only 3 stories high, and it's not the grandest. It's quite plain, but it draws the eye with its plainness and its lack of features. And as you gaze upon it, Tabitha, something about this tower gives you the impression that it's gazing back. And as you see the people below you, like ants, so many of them, going about their everyday business, they're manning the walls, they're wandering the streets, doing whatever it is they're doing, they do not look up at the unusual sight of the approaching airship, and you quickly figure out why. There are a number of other such vessels here. Many are tethered to the towers or near the docks. Some patrol the sky, bristling with cannon and ballista, flying the flags of Waterdeep. Clearly Waterdeep's Sky Navy, there must be a better phrase than that, is a little ahead of Neverwinter's. "Welcome to Waterdeep," says Lucy. "City of Splendours, my home. Or it was once. I haven't thought of it as such in many a year. It's a shame we don't have much time here. But the clock is ticking, so to speak. Still, we have an afternoon. As I said, I have this mysterious dinner appointment tonight. I'd like to cast off first thing in the morning, but the rest of the day and the evening is yours. You're welcome to stay aboard when we dock, sleep in the cabins, or feel free to leave if you'd like to explore the city. Just try to stay out of trouble." And she glances at Voldrun, Wu, and Moxie as she says this.
I'm distracted by the snake meat.
"Speaking of trouble," she says, and she switches her gaze to the port side of the ship, and you all follow her gaze and see this trio of winged forms swooping towards the Anemaril. These huge creatures the size of horses, but with feline bodies and forelimbs, and then the heads and wings of an oversized eagle, and upon their backs ride armoured figures bearing shields and lances tipped with flags of the city's crest. Lucy mutters something under her breath, and makes a few strange gestures, and then she lays a hand on Wu and then Voldrun, and you watch as the two of them change, quite subtly. Wu's features soften, his skin fades from green to pink. A thin chin-strap beard grows rapidly along Wu's chin, about 1 inch long. He looks every bit the country bumpkin halfling. And Voldrun's flesh likewise pales by several shades, taking on the ruddy complexion of an elf of the forest. He even seems to be squinting less, but Voldrun, you don't feel like you're squinting less.
Okay.
A precaution, she says. And then the new arrivals do not wait for an invitation as they plunge out of the sky and alight on the skyship's deck with a screech from the lead griffin.
You meet the air fascists.
Permission to come aboard, Lady Roth, calls one of them from within his helm. He's a tall, imposing figure in golden plate mail with a long crimson cloak. What were you going to say, sorry, Will?
I'm going to kind of hide behind Lady Roth's leg a bit, just turn me into a thing. I'm kind of look a bit nervous behind there.
Alright.
Yeah. Terrified little halfling playing it.
Okay. The leader, clearly the leader in golden plate mail with this long cloak of crimson, stands with his chin up very arrogantly. And he clamps the lance that he's carrying into a mount on his saddle and hangs his shield, clambers down off the griffin. He has this exquisite sword on his hip and a plume coming from his helmet that the others are missing as well. Lucy says, "Well, it seems like you're already aboard, Captain." And there's a certain hint of coldness in Lucy's voice towards this man. And he replies, "Oops, yes, sorry, never been too good with protocol." And he removes his helmet, shakes out his long, dark, wavy hair like a Timotei advert. He is a half-elf. He is an impossibly handsome half-elf with a chiseled jaw, rugged good looks, and eyes of vivid green like the forests. And he smiles as he strides confidently, arrogantly towards Lucy. "Welcome home, my lady." He takes Lucy's hand, bows, plants a kiss on the back of her hand. She snatches the hand away and she doesn't look impressed. "I've told you never to call me that, Kevril." She turns to the seven of you. "Everyone, this is Kevril, captain of the Waterdeep Griffin Cavalry, formerly a member of my parents' household guard. Kevril, this is everyone." The half-elf man strides forwards, a beaming, winning smile on his face, and he works his way amongst you, schmoozing, as his two companions dismount and remove their helms too. "Well met, hello, delighted," Kevril says as he moves amongst you all, shaking your hands, even reaching down and giving your hand a little shake, Woo.
What a guy.
You're the best looking man I've ever seen.
I know, I'm not surprised, I get that all the time.
That's a saying in really overly gruff voice.
I'm gonna go and smoke him a kipper.
"Once you're done flirting with my crew members, Kevril, we'd like to enter the city, if that's all right," says Lucy. Of course, of course. "You can dock at Harbour Watch Tower, as I know you prefer to. We'll start the inspection now to save a little time, if that's all right with you." "Of course, Kevril," says Lucy. "To be honest, our cargo hold is mostly empty, nothing more than supplies. Shouldn't take you too long." "Ah! Off exploring again, are we, Lady Roth? Exhuming ancient tombs, delving the depths of forgotten citadels. How exciting, how exciting. Try not to awaken any ancient evils again, won't you? Well, if it's naught but supplies, this shouldn't take too long. Excellent, an early finish it is then." He claps Lucy on the shoulder as he completes his circuit of shaking all your hands. Everyone make a perception check, please.
Is he checking for illegal immigrants? I'm sorry, I'll just... Who
knows what he's checking for?
Can you make a roll for me? I've just rebooted up, Dave.
Yeah.
Just to take time.
Moxie and Woo, you're at advantage on this as well, from Woo's team.
Oh, brilliant.
My disadvantage.
You are at disadvantage, yeah.
Perception check.
Maybe we should start drinking tea with you about making normal rolls.
It would balance him out, yeah.
Do I have to roll again?
Yeah, roll twice if you've only got one, yeah.
What was that? Back window drop shit.
Oh, crumbs.
Crumbs?
Ooh.
Darwin. Darwin, you notice as he claps Lucy on the shoulder. He's very flamboyant, this man. There's a lot of movement. The cake's billowing around. It's very difficult to take your eyes off him. He's such a handsome man. But you, Darwin, are not distracted. And you notice that as he claps Lady Roth on the shoulder, she slips what looks like a pouch of coins into his free hand.
Doshness.
Jeffers, he cries. You take the fore and aft castle. Mulch, search the galley deck. I'll take the hold. And the two soldiers obey. The taller of them, a dark-skinned man with a shaved head, marches towards the aft castle. Those are my personal quarters, Mr. Jeffers, says Lucy, following the soldier. I hope you don't mind if I accompany you. The dark-skinned soldier shrugs, continues on his way, while Kevril and the third soldier, a human woman with close cropped hair, head below decks. Would anyone like to do anything?
Oh, I'm going to follow the other ones below decks.
Okay.
To make sure they don't take my snake meat.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
Decks. But I'm gonna try as I go down. I'm going to then sneak after them and watch them.
Okay, give me a
I want
stealth
that
roll.
Stealth.
I want that exquisite sword. I'm going to take him out with an arrow. I'm a fuck.
I encourage it. Please try.
No, I'm not going to.
You'll just deflect it in midair, catch it with his shiny buttocks,
They will.
and fart it out at high speed to you.
And then kill me with it.
Did I see any of it when he left? When he landed? Because I'm.
Still
You
recruited,
You
Dave.
might not see him land, but you would have heard him land. You witnessed all this conversation, I think.
All right. Did I?
Or did you?
I just
No, you
carried
didn't.
on.
You were below deck, weren't you?
I just carried on.
Yeah,
laying
you're
my
still
head
in
on
the
the
kitchen.
table.
All right, cool. You're still in the kitchen.
I don't care.
Wouldn't I be below deck as well then, when they come in?
I've kind of fucked that up a bit, so it's up to you. You can either stay in the kitchen and you missed all that, or you can have heard the commotion, the landing, and gone up to investigate.
Well, I've been on deck. Let's not go back in time. I would have just gone up at some point in time because you changed me human, didn't you? Halfling, so I don't want to kind of back that out. I'll fuck with that up as well.
Yeah, no worries. It's not a major detail. It's not that big a deal. So
No.
Okay.
Anyway, stealth roll.
Stealth roll.
Moxie's got her head down on a table.
Get the couch sheet up now. Stealth. There you are.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you head down below to the galley hold woo, and you see Moxie is she's back half asleep on the table again. She's trying to get rid of this hangover, and you see the two Griffin cavalry pause for a moment, and the woman, this Mulch woman, says, "Does that count as livestock?" And the Captain Kevril goes, "Don't be foolish. That's clearly a fawn. Although you don't see many of them. How interesting." Anyway, the cargo deck, and Kevril heads below deck again, down to the next level.
Hey, gotta follow still.
Okay, so you're following Kevril.
Yeah. I want to see. Is the lady going with him, or she goes somewhere else?
No, she's staying on this deck, and she starts to poke around in the kitchen area.
Okay, I'm going to sneak past her and then go watch Kevril. So
Yeah,
I'll roll that.
That's easily done because she would have just gone to the kitchen from the stairs, and you could just creep round the tables in the shadows. You rolls pretty well. So everyone else, what's anyone else doing at this moment? The rest of you are still up on deck.
Having a look at the city.
Yeah, Darwin's going to take in the city and talk to himself at the grotesquerie of such a massive, civilized city.
Okay. Uther?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I want to be doing at this point. So
Okay.
I'll just chill for now.
Ducal?
Yeah, just chilling and waiting to see what goes on with these guys.
Tabitha, are you still just piloting the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Woo, you head down below deck. Meanwhile, Moxie, you hear these voices, and you look up, and there's this woman in plate mail armour, with this very sort of cropped, boyish haircut, and she gives you a bit of a side glance. You hear her make the comment about asking if you're livestock, and she pokes around in the galley in the kitchen area for a minute.
How very dare you?
She doesn't.
Just because I've got these fancy legs.
She turns around and looks at you and goes, "Oh, it speaks, does it?"
Who do you think you are?
I can't hear you. You're just shaking the fist.
Yeah. Okay. Who do you think you are? Eh? Levels.
She's
Oh,
I'm Lance Corporal of the fucking Griffin Cavalry. You look like mutton to me.
Whatever.
Fergus is on the table. Fergus is on the table dancing, but you hear fucking soccer one, Moxie. Slap the fucking bitch around. You sure who's boss? She finishes up in the galley fairly quickly. She literally just looks through a few cupboards, and then she heads into the pantry, and you hear her rummaging around in there for a few minutes. And eventually she comes out, she walks past you, she gives you a bit of a dirty look as she goes past, and she heads to the rear of the ship, and she goes into each of the 3 cabins where you've been sleeping. And you can hear her moving things about, opening drawers. You can't see her from where you are, but you can hear her moving about, searching for stuff.
Right.
Are you staying on the table?
Might just appear at the door, actually.
Are you
What
doing...
are you doing, Big Stompy?
Oh,
Big
you're not
Stompy?
doing it still.
Big Stompy Marty.
She turns to you and says, "I'm doing my job, is what I'm doing, searching for contraband."
Fancy pants.
She's quite fancy, her armour's very fancy.
Swatcher.
Meanwhile, Woo, you get halfway down the stairs and you stop on the second to last stair, and you realise that this Kevril character is about 2 feet away from you. And he's kind of...
Kitchen.
I'm just going to put you onto... No, I'm not, because I'm on the wrong layer.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you onto the map. You're like here. Right? On the stairs. Right? So you're on the stairs in the cargo hold, and you realise he's here. He's just the other side of this wall. And he's leaning against the wall. And you just peek round the corner, and you see he's just rolling a cigarette. And after a few moments, he rolls the cigarette, he lights it, and he walks over to this door here. And he opens
my map's
it.
gone skew up again, so...
It doesn't really matter. He opens the cupboard that Lucy was locked in. He doesn't look inside, he just opens it, and he's just standing there, minding his own business, humming to himself, smoking, and he just occasionally bangs this door. Just occasionally slams it, opens it, bangs it. Make an insight check, Woo.
Okay, it's just booting up again. I think the storm's affected my internet.
Storm? There's a storm? Back in a second.
Only in Winterton.
Depends if you live like next to a really big open field.
Yeah.
It just blows straight in. Good old open field. Just don't want it today. Roll B. You'll have to just roll for me, Dave. I'm experiencing technical difficulties.
All right, Johnny. I mean, all right, Hayden.
Shut up.
That's low. That's low.
Nasty bastard.
Oh, insight is wisdom. 14. I got you a 14. Will, you get the impression that he's pretending to inspect the ship for contraband. He's not making much effort at all.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak back upstairs then, so I don't see me looking at him.
Okay. This all goes on for about 15 minutes. The various officers searching various parts of the ship. And eventually, Kevril and his two allies assemble back on the main deck. Woo, you're back up there. Moxie, you staying below?
Oh, hello up.
You're following up, okay. Jeffers, the dark-skinned man, turns to Kevril and says, all above board, sir. Mulch just grunts, glares at you, Moxie. And Kevril said, I never had a doubt. Are you in the city long, my lady? Just overnight, says Lucy. We were passing this way and I thought I'd pop in and find an old friend. Oh, and found one you have, says Kevril. No, says Lucy. Not you. Kevril smirks. Oof, you wound me, my lady. So who is this lucky friend that's due a visit from you? It's none of your business, Kevril, Lucy says coldly. Kevril blinks and once again smirks. And I suppose if I were to ask you where you were heading? Also none of your business, Kevril. Quite, says the captain. There's an awkward few moments, and Kevril glances at each of you. Well, everything seems above board here. Lovely to see you again, my lady, and lovely to meet the rest of you. He clambers back up onto the griffin.
I'll never forget your face, sir. Oh, sir. I'll never forget your face, sir.
Few people do, little man. Few people do. Enjoy your time in the city of splendors.
They've all 20 up.
And then they're off.
This up and looked
As splendid as your face, sir. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
The three griffins take to the air once more. Lucy watches them go for a few moments. Her expression gives nothing away. But eventually she turns to you, Tabitha, and says, well flown, my dear, but I'll take it from here. The crosswinds in the harbour can be tricky. And she spreads her arms wide, and the tattoos of blades and interwoven abstract shapes across her shoulders and back burst to life with an arcane light. And Enemeril judders beneath you. Tabitha, can you make a perception check, please?
Was that Tabitha make a perception check?
Yeah. Lucy takes control of Enemeril, guiding the ship expertly towards one of the towers. You see the winches and pulleys and ropes begin to move by themselves, the sails adjusting themselves. And she swoops the vessel in towards this tower overlooking the harbour. And she brings the ship lower and lower, and you see a handful of stevedores moving into position on the tower, ready to catch ropes to tether the airship down. And with a wave of her hand, Lucy drops the arcane anchor. It lands on the roof of the tower with a thud, and the ship just stops. You don't feel any inertia, any sudden lurch, or sudden abrupt deceleration. And Lucy strides down from the wheelhouse. A ripple of greenish arcane light washes over her as she moves, like a wave of green light. And it passes over her dress and her elaborately done-up hair, and as it moves past her, it changes her, and gone is the elegance, the ball gown, the jewellery, replaced by well-worn breeches and shirt, a leather jacket, a wide-brimmed hat that she wore when you first met her, a leather satchel over one shoulder, a curved scimitar on her left hip, and a coiled whip on her right. Her hair hangs over one shoulder in a tight braid, and Roscoe the Hawk swoops down and alights on the other shoulder. And if I could still upload music to Roll20 right now, you would be hearing the Indiana Jones theme tune. But alas, I cannot, because Roll20 is being a prick. Lucy kicks the rope ladder over the side of the ship and begins to descend to the tower. She says, right, so, anyone coming ashore?
Yes, Bob.
What did you say?
Oh, go on then. I may as well.
What did you say?
Gobble
I never
wants
thought I'd
calf
see
because
the-
the boat's too deep for him.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Why?
I never thought I'd see the day I'd find somebody more arrogant than me, but that captain, wow, what a guy! You know, seriously up so far up his own backside, he can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. It truly is a city of wonders.
She nods at you, Valdrin, as you say that, and she says, yes, I've made a number of mistakes in my life, but that was one of the worst.
Oh
Oh dear.
dear.
Oh dear.
Can I make an insight check, see if put 2 and 2 together like I want to?
Yeah, sure. I mean, everyone else you automatically put 2 and 2 together, but Woo
Yeah. I'm a bit innocent though.
Woo is very innocent. Woo wouldn't have a clue. Nobody ever gave Woo the birds and the bees talk.
That good, eh, my lady?
You do put 2 and 2
Oh my
together.
god! With him,
Oh, no,
it's the
you
silver face. How did you keep your gaze away from his eyes?
Well, that's part of the problem, isn't it, Woo? He's so charming and when he wants to be and so handsome, and I was very young. It was a long time ago, though.
I've never
How
seen
young, was it criminal?
never seen a smooth pinky as pleasing to the eyes. That man.
He is the most handsome man you've ever seen. You can imagine he walks through the streets of Waterdeep and women literally swoon dramatically in his path.
Don't get me wrong. I prefer women, but I had to give him a compliment. I've never seen a face like it.
It's not wrong to admit that you can tell a man's attractive. It doesn't make you.
If you said that in Goblin Town, they do you in while laughing and drinking beer.
I hear the Hoblins. I hear the Hoblins are one of the most progressive, forward-thinking of the more modern species around.
Yeah, but you've always got your Uncle Goblin in the back,
There's
haven't
always
you?
Uncle Goblin. Yes.
There's always an Uncle Goblin who doesn't change his ways.
We were on about this at work the other day, saying every family's got an Uncle Knobhead, and I realised that I'm Uncle Knobhead in my family.
Hold on, Dave. Hold on.
Everyone's like, yeah, like all the young lads, they're all like in their 20s, they're all like, yeah, everyone's got that Uncle Ant that's always pissed up and calling people a cunt, shouting at people for no reason, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's progressive now, but back in their day it wasn't.
No, back when the goblins and the halflings were two different peoples, it was very different. Right. Where are we? As you descend the Anemaril onto the tower, this handful of stevedores are there. They all stand around scratching their heads, and they gaze up at the ship looking confused. And occasionally they glance at the arcane anchor. And you can see the Anemaril now. It doesn't move an inch. It's not buffeted at all by the winds. Even the sails, the fabric of the sails are motionless. It's hanging about 10 feet above the tower, just like it's frozen in time. Lucy approaches one of the men, a man clutching a ledger, wearing thin-rimmed glasses perched on the end of his nose. And she puts a handful of coins into this man's hand. And she says, 1 night, no maintenance, no one goes aboard unless they want to lose their feet. Understood? The man nods. Don't you want to tie her down? He asks. Ha! No, she won't go anywhere without me, says Lucy, and she strides towards the staircase, beckoning you to follow her. And down into the tower she leads you. And you see a few soldiers in here in the livery of Waterdeep, here and there in side rooms, a couple are chatting on the stairs. None of them seem to pay much attention to you. And then you're out of the tower onto the shingle beach that curves around the edge of this natural cove. And here's a new map for you. It's a biggie. Welcome to Waterdeep.
Nice description, by the way, Dave.
Start. So down in the bottom left corner of the map, there's a massive map, massive key. Yeah. Would you believe me if I told you I have something prepared for every single one of these locations?
No.
No, I wouldn't. I'm lying. I have about 3 locations prepared. I have no idea what you're going to do, so I didn't see the point in trying to prepare anything.
I need a map like this.
So, this is the city of Waterdeep. You are currently here. H1. This is
Collie says hi.
Hi, Collie.
In a few waves. They're being tight. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Alison's being tight, and there we go. I've got the full sweep now. Thanks.
Don't be shy, Alison. Give her a wave.
Don't be tight.
Don't be tight with your hand wavings. Don't share them out. Let everyone
Cost
see
you
them.
nothing.
So yeah, you are currently here, H1, where the green circle is. This is where the Emerald is docked. This is Harbour Watch Tower. And the green line that heads around Smuggler's Dock here into the city is the path that you are about to take. And as you walk, Lucy guides you this way. She speaks to you and she says, this used to be called Smuggler's Dock. Still is, I suppose. But it isn't really used for smuggling anymore. Before the city spread right up into its doorstep, and made it a less clandestine location, it was used to bring a great many naughty commodities into the city. But these days, it's not as discreet as it once was. But it still helps to make for a more unobserved entrance to the city. And through a small copse of trees, into the docks themselves she leads you. The smell of fish and smoke hangs heavy in the air. The cry of fishermen unloading their catches. The screech of gulls trying to steal the fish. And there are people everywhere. Lucy weaves you through them with a practiced ease. No one seems to pay you much attention, just another group of random adventurers passing through the city. And you turn left at a crossroads. On one corner stands a shabby, single-storey building. The smell of tobacco, cheap booze, and other more exotic scents drift out of the open door above a sign which reads, "The Sailor's Own." Sounds quite raucous within, and looks pretty rammed. From the look of the clientele spilling out the doorway, they are all mostly sailors. And then along this curving street to the north, marked as Lack-Purse Lane, passing another tavern, the Quaffing Quaggoff. Another one-storey building, a little less run down than the last. It looks quieter too. An old man sits by the door smoking a pipe. A mangy dog sits at his feet. You see a couple of people inside enjoying mugs of something. And then just past the tavern, a huge warehouse, taller than all the others at around 4 stories high. A sign above the huge double doors reads Crommers. And there are half dozen hard-looking, well-armed men loitering around in the front of the building. They pay you no mind as you pass by. And heading east again, you pass yet another tavern, this one named the Grey Griffin. A 3-storey affair this time, a little better looking than the previous 2. And then past that, along the street to a crossroads, where Lucy stops and turns to address you all. And that is this point here, at the end of the little green line I've drawn for you.
Nice.
And she says, the city is comprised of several wards. This, and she gestures south, is the dock ward, mostly shipwrights, warehouses, a couple of interesting shops, and an obscene amount of taverns and inns, from here all the way to the Way of Dragons. The Way of the Dragon, sorry. And then she points east.
Way of the Dragon?
Yes, it's the name of a road, Woo. She points to the east. East of the way, you'll find the South Ward, which stretches from Southgate to the River Gate. Beyond that, the Trade Ward, the City of the Dead, the North Ward, which is probably not really your sort of place, the Sea Ward, west of that, also probably not your sort of place, and the Castle Ward, wedged into the middle of it all. And she gestures behind her to the north, where a few hundred yards away you can see the imposing sight of this marble castle that you saw when you approached. Castle Waterdeep, and it looms over the city upon a plateau on the side of the mountain. I'm off to go and find Inama. She's on duty at the castle at the moment, I believe, but hopefully I can have a quick word with her before our dinner appointment this evening. Let her know her mistress's key may be in danger. I'll contact you if and when I have any news. You are welcome to stay aboard an Emerald this evening if you wish. She will allow you on. But there are also plenty of places to stay in the city if you prefer. Your choice. Then she mutters a strange sentence, and a wooden door appears behind her.
Miss Waff!
Yes, Wu?
Before you step through the wooden door, please, do you know anywhere I can maybe get a magic sash, which would help me in the city, a trader?
A magic sash? I mean, there are a number of magical item vendors within the city.
I have no idea, you see. Can you just point me to that right area and I'll go there and have a look? Thank you.
She says, well, I mean, a great deal has changed since last I looked. And then she peers past you all. I think he might be able to help you. And there is a man standing diagonally across the crossroads, leaning on the wall, watching you.
Okay, I'll leave it at that and see what the rest of everybody else is doing. Okay. Taking enough time up.
She says, right, well, enjoy yourselves, stay out of trouble. And she again looks at Wu, Moxie and Voldrum as she says this. I'll see you in the morning, bright and early. She opens the wooden door. Farewell. Steps into the door, closes it, and it vanishes. Everyone make a perception check, please. Voldrum at disadvantage. Moxie and Wu still at advantage.
My glasses! Oh, the hair on my head.
Ooh. Alison, there's not really a great deal I can give you for a natural 20 for this particular role, so I'm going to give you inspiration. Is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's missing? Jonathan!
Johnny's not here at the minute.
Oh,
AFK.
Okay. Well, I'll worry about that later. Wu, you got a 23 as well. Wu and Tabitha both see, as this door closes, there is this... You see something out the corner of your eye, and it draws your attention. A few hundred yards to the north, up on the battlements of the keep, you see a door just appear out of nowhere atop one of the ramparts, and it opens and you see a familiar figure step out, and you realise she's right on the edge of the battlements and she nearly falls off. She wobbles a little and then manages to close the door and hop down out of sight, and it seems to Wu and Tabitha that Lady Roth has just broken into Castle Waterdeep. Across the crossroads, the man that Lady Roth indicated to you, Wu, smiles, stops leaning on the wall, and he takes a few steps forward. He's got a bit of a confident swagger to him, and he says, "Excuse me, sirs, madam, I couldn't help but overhear." He's human. He's got a smoking pipe in one hand. He's male. He's dressed in quite decent quality leathers over what looks like a chain shirt. He has a long sword on one hip, a long dagger on the other. His face is weathered. Looks like he might be maybe, somewhere between 5 years and a decade younger than you, Uther. Probably in his 40s. But he's quite weathered. He has a couple of scars here and there on his face, a short, tidy goatee, and his receding dark blonde hair is tied back in a short ponytail. And he says, "I've seen your lady friend gesture towards me. I assume that means she knows what I am. And it strikes me that the 7 of you are new to the city. So, perhaps you need a guide.
I need a guide.
He winks
that
at you.
That sounds amazing. I think we should totally trust this guy. Totally.
He says, well...
How much do you cost, Mr. Guide?
Oh, I'm cheap at half the price, my little friend. 2 silver pieces. 2 silver pieces.
2 silver... a day. Can we hire your service for a day?
Sure, yeah, I'm free at the moment.
What would we all like to go and do and see? I know what I want to do. I'll come for that later, but I'm passing it to you. But
But before we do, just I'd like to make it known to all of you that you are not just purchasing my services as a guide if you hire me on this fine spring day. You're also purchasing a guarantee.
what's the guarantee? I feel like I've already bonus. Seems like I just thought I got that guide, and now you give me a second deal. Oh, this gets better and better.
The guarantee,
protection.
The guarantee, my little friend, is that you will come to no harm while you're within our city walls.
Oh, thank you. I'm only small and vulnerable, as you can see under my little aqua cloak I got on here. I try to keep myself out of sight. Besides, I usually hide behind this big burly bastard behind me. Point to Cal. He's an orc.
You're fairly certain, Cal, that this guy is sizing you up as well.
But if trouble comes, I'm sure you and Cal sort it out, right? And anybody else, I'll say, you know.
Well, you're a very clever man. You've got a lot of talents, but sometimes you're a little too trusting. I think perhaps we should pay this man, for his guidance, his protection. Waterdeep's a big city. We wouldn't want to have an accident here.
That's what I said.
So many places where things can go amiss. What's the cost? Did you say, sir?
Two silver, sir, and of course.
2 silver.
And of course, there is another cost.
Oh yes.
Conversation.
Oh no, I mean, well, you've got Wu here. He'll fit that role quite enough.
Lovely. I'd love a good natter.
How much do you charge for your conversation per day?
Oh no, that comes within the
Oh, that's
package.
part of the bargain.
Yeah, 2 silver pieces.
Oh my goodness, this keeps giving.
I'm your guide, I'm your guarantee, and also I would like a little conversation with you. I'm a curious man. I've travelled the world, I've met a lot of people. You, Seven, strike me as some very interesting people. I mean, look at you. He gestures at you, Moxie, and at Tabitha. He says, what a mixed bag we have. I can't wait to hear some stories from you folk.
And sir, what is your name?
My name?
Perfect.
It's a perfectly good name. It's a perfectly good name and inspiration for the first person that notices anything about this name. My name is Arnhem Figget.
Arnhem Figget.
Yep. ARNHEM FIGUT.
I'm a faggot.
Never played
What? Sorry, that's just my dyslexia had kicked in there.
Arnhem Figget.
Oh, okay. Mr. Figget.
Yes,
I know, figure it out.
Okay.
I don't notice anything.
He looks around and says, so, my new friends, what would you like to know? Where would you like to go? My skills are at your disposal.
Write this down.
Just one thing, Dave. I didn't jump in earlier. Like this corpse that we're taking back, I would like to put it on the horse and wagon if we can bring it down. If not,
sure.
Is that possible? Yes, I'd like to have the horse and wagon with us. So, I'd like to ask this gentleman: do we know where this guy lives? This gnome.
He's from Waterdeep. That's it. You know his name. His name is.
Perfectly good.
Shit. What was his name? It's.
I know Figget. I know Figget. Oh, sorry.
No, the gnome.
Wrong guy.
What was his name? His name's in the quest log.
Yeah, it's Nickerin Brassbit.
Nickerin Brassbit, that's it. Yeah, so you know his name, you're not sure where in the city. Obviously, it's a very big city.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll explain that, we're trying to return this guy to his family, so...
Okay.
I don't know, what way, if he knows anyone, or whether we can find some information from somewhere.
How did you spell the other guy's name? Sorry.
You think it's a...
His name is Arnhem Figget. It's ARNHEM FIGUT.
Thank you.
All right, so you ask him about finding the family of this man, right? And he sees this gentleman you've got strewn across the back of your car, and he says, "Ooh, he met with a grisly end, didn't he? Is this your handiwork, sir?"
Oh no, he's starved to death as far as we can see.
All
A
right.
terrible way to go.
And you're,
He didn't have the bravery to throw himself out of his hole.
Yeah, I mean it does. Starved to death. Yeah, terrible way to go. So you're returning him out of some sense of duty or honour, are you?
Yes. Well, if it was my family, I'd want to retrieve the body and have some closure.
Yeah, I suppose you're right there. Yeah, well,
What's his body? I can't remember.
it's the gnome that you found in the portable hole. Last session before you fought the snakes, there was a portable hole just hanging in the air, wasn't there? With a rope hanging out of it. A portable hole hanging out of the sky with a rope in it. Voldron went up to see what was in it. There was a body and a journal.
Oh, right.
Do you not remember?
It wasn't Voldron, it was Al's character.
Oh, was it Uther? Sorry, I thought it was...
I think there's a couple that went up. But yeah. I'll say, is this Arnhem, did you say? Or Arm? What's this guy's name there?
Arnhem.
Arnhem.
Yeah.
You don't approve, Arnhem?
Oh, no. I think it's a most noble cause. It's just, not many people would do that for a guy that don't know. It's unusual.
I think most
I think he's full of valour. I think that's the word. Valour!
Okay,
so... rather than so.
I don't know, do the gnomes congregate? Is there a gnome quarter?
I mean, the gnomes are, all over, depending on the level of the wealth, my friend. I mean, if he was a wealthy man, if he's from a wealthy family, and I'll start by saying Browspit is not one of the very wealthy members of this city, because I might have heard of it, but most of the well-off people live in the North Ward. The really, really well-off people, and by that I mostly mean the priests, the ruling classes, they live in the Sea Ward.
Priests? Do they practice Kung Fu?
No, they're not that sort of priest. It's more like, there's temples all throughout the Sea Ward. Most of the major gods have got one there. There's temples to Tyr and Torm, and he points at your shield, Uther, and says, "There's one at Bahamut." I'm sure you knew that. There's temples to most of the major gods in the Sea Ward. There's a couple that, we're in the South Ward as well, like on the outskirts of town. There's a fucking temple to Amberley these days. Who'd have thought it, eh?
Ah, you seem quite pleased about that, sir.
Well, the
progressive statement. Yeah.
I used to be a sailor, before I was what I am now and what I was before that. When I was a young man, I was a sailor, and, sailors pray to Amberley. All I'll say is they don't call her a bitch queen for nothing, do they?
Does Brasspit's journal not actually have the location of his home?
No, Brasspit's journal is really short. It's a very tidy little handwritten journal that's embossed on the front with the life and times of what's his fucking name? Nicker something. Brasspit. Already forgotten. And inside there is literally 2 pages, and the first page is, "I have left my home bound for the great outdoors to have great adventures. And the second page is, I have run afoul of pirates and hidden in my hole, and I'm going to die here alone. So that's kind of the beginning and the end of his tale. It doesn't say anything else. There was a letter with it that said, if you find my body, please return my body and my journal to my home of Waterdeep, so my exploits can be added to the story of my family.
Yeah. Could have left us an address, Mr. Brathwaite. Fine, we'll do the groundwork. Yeah,
where would be a place what keeps names and addresses of people in this sort of day and age? Last time we were a village mayor, and he would have the sheriff, and the sheriff had the details.
Says, well, I mean, pretty much everyone in the city that lives here is registered. There's the Hall of Records. I mean, that might give us a place to start if you wanted to check the Hall of Records.
That seems very sensible, Mr. Arnhem.
Arnhem Figure. That's the name.
Arnhem. Yep, I'll remember it.
Mr. Figure, do you know anywhere you can buy fancy magical sashes, clothing, stuff like that?
I mean, yeah,
you're too poor for magic sashes.
I mean, yeah,
I've got 2 copper to rub together.
I mean, your old mate here has got a bit of a point, you know. I mean, there's plenty of stores in the city where you can buy magical items, weapons, equipment, brand new or second hand. There's loads of places you can buy and sell that sort of stuff, but you need to.
Do you have second hand shops?
Yeah. I mean, people like yourselves, and don't take this the wrong way, but you do look like adventurers. People like yourselves often, bring items like that to the city, sell them on. Sometimes they have a story, sometimes they don't. You can find all sorts in the city. Anything you need, you just got to have the coin.
Have you got the coin, Woo?
I'll check how much coin I have.
Are you checking how much coin you have in front of Arnhem?
No. Just try to remember it out of Woo's memory.
I'm just fucking with you.
No, actually, yes, I am, because I'm innocent. But I'm going to say it out loud as well, because I'm that naive. Okay. I've got to go with this. I'm sorry, I have to. I have 260 gold, and I think around 60 copper. And he smiles to himself because he's left 5 gold out of the equation.
Arnhem says, "Ooh, that's a nice little sum of money you got there, little man. I mean, I don't know what would get you in the way of good quality magical weapons or sashes. I've never bought a magical sash before. Never even heard of one.
I haven't either.
But, I mean, if you're in need of some coin, there's always work in the city as well."
Oh, you're saying that's not enough coin for anything?
I mean, I'm
far too poor, Woo.
I'm not saying it's not enough. I'm just saying that magic items are expensive.
Do you have a good tea market?
I imagine, you want to be looking probably in the trade ward for that, or maybe actually. Now you think about it, the trade ward, there's bound to be some tea, but the south ward, there's a lot of caravan masters, bulk traders, exporters, importers, that sort of thing. You might find some teas from all over the world there. But if you're looking for more everyday stuff, I'm sure there's a tea shop in the trade ward. I seem to remember seeing one.
Like the sound of the world tea shop.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I know where things are, mate, but I don't know much about that.
And it's going to whisper in low tones. He goes, do they have a dark green market here?
He winks at you and says, I can show you out there, son. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I've got some prime quality goblin bogweed if you're into it.
Oh, now we're talking business, man.
I'll sort you some out, my little friend. Don't carry us of all, but I'll get you some.
Anyway, I don't want to hog all the shopping trips, so next.
So yeah, if you wanna just decide amongst yourselves what you want to do, where you want to go while you're in the city. Arnhem will be your guide. So have a little chat.
I propose we split the party.
Don't split the party.
No.
I want to get led astray by Arbit and robbed.
What about Lady Roth? She just fucks off again. We know she's easily compromised. And she just left us to go somewhere on her own, in the middle of the bloody castle. Is everybody alright with that?
She'll be fine. I'm quite trustworthy of her. I didn't like that other.
I trust her 100%.
She wouldn't tell us where she was going. That was shady.
My boss used to be shady and I trusted him.
Do you think she's been replaced again? Surely not. Not twice.
I propose we get back to the ship and just sail off into the fucking sunset.
I don't think it'll sail without her. Would it sail without her?
Yeah,
I don't know. Did she say something about the ship's not going to go anywhere without her? When she got off and spoke to the guard, I'm sure she did. And her ship don't fucking move, man. Everybody's ship's sails are moving, swaying around, and her ship is just still.
Told Valdrin, tell you, Darwin, we're not stealing. We're not thieves. We're the good guys, aren't we?
Yes.
Should one of us, two of us, not try and follow her?
I think she fucked off in her portal, didn't she?
Yeah, on the castle walls. I mean,
Johnny, you're muted. By the way. Yeah, she used Dimension Door to hop up onto the castle wall and disappeared into the castle.
I think maybe we should get this guy back to his home, death place, so he can have his really big story put up on the wall.
I can do it. You can do your own things if you want. It's fine. You don't all have to go and shepherd the corpse back.
Let's hunt some humans.
How do we split the party?
Just kidding.
I mean, you could split the pie, but why don't you not?
More efficient if we split up.
I would argue it's not.
Sorry then.
Chaos. Rule 3. Never listen to your GM.
I would like to go to this Hall of Records.
All I'll say,
we're not stealing anything, Darwin, and you too, Valdrin.
All I'll say is it's midday. You've got all day and all evening to do whatever you want to do in the city, and you've got a guide who's going to expedite you getting from A to B.
I need some eyewear for the day because I'm really struggling to see. It's a bit bright for me.
Bit bright. Don't strike me. You've got something wrong with your eyes there, mate.
Yes, an old wound. An old wound that's never healed. It's always plagued my sight. Like some sort of dark tinted glasses would be wonderful. Yeah. Not just for a fashion statement, but kind of for a fashion statement, but also just to take the glare off a bit.
I'll tell you where you want to be, mate.
I'll get to turn round to Valdrin and say, you look especially bright-eyed and full of the sun's rays today, Valdrin. I've never seen you look so healthy.
Yes. You might say it's a touch of magic.
It says the trade ward, my elven friend. Trade ward. You'll find all sorts of things. There's a guild hall there of tailors and glovers and costumers, things like that. There's plenty of shops, anything like that. Anything you can think of, you'll find in the trade ward.
Let's go to I'm going to the trade ward. I don't know about you. And then he's going. You lost. He's going to look to the party. Anyone?
Sure.
Anyone fancy going trading?
I think trading. Didn't they say that tea somewhere?
Yeah.
I'll go trading with
not
you.
split the party, so I shall come with you. We must follow.
No, you go do your mission. Take your gnome.
No. The omens are clear.
We have a mission. It looks at
I saw a pigeon up by the sky.
I mean,
shouldn't split the party.
Arnhem says to you. I mean, truth be told, we've got to pretty much go through the trade district to get to the castle district proper to go to the Hall of Records anyway. So we can go shopping on the way to the Hall of Records.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we've got some crap here to sell as well. We can do that.
Yep, let's do that then.
All right.
Let's head out as a group.
Indeed.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Trade ward.
Indeed.
Okay, so you have to the trade ward to start with.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
City's overwhelming.
It is.
Overwhelming.
Which is why I've given you a guide.
The only way to stabilise the situation is to go shopping. Let's go shopping.
Are there cats in Many Cats Alley?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is it a trick?
What's
So
Virgin Square?
Very Virgin Square.
Right, so it's a courtyard.
Full of virgins.
And
What's the reason?
Not for
Why
long.
is this? Why is
He's
it called
going to
that?
go for a high five. Not for long.
Big low five, be back.
it's a marketplace. It's a marketplace where bodyguards and sellswords are hired and gather to seek employment. This is
Are they all virgins?
I don't know why it's called. I honestly don't know why it's called Virgin Square. Hang on, Virgin
Let's go
Square
and ask them.
Virgin Square. In fact, you know what? Arnhem's going to tell
I
you.
would be right in place. I am still a proud virgin.
What kind of guide are you, Arnhem?
Here you go. Brace
You
yourself.
must know.
Virgin Square, says Arnhem, is so called. It's named after a local legend. Long before the city's founding, this is the spot. The spot that the square it stands on is the spot that nomadic barbarian tribes used to sacrifice virgins to dragons.
Oh, heck.
Oh, nice.
Also, in
Well,
later
I might go to
centuries,
Square. It sounds dangerous, especially with Ducal around.
I like it already.
in later centuries, it also became a traditional meeting place for members of the cult of dragons.
Oh, fantastic.
Good recovery day.
Let's join today.
Oh, you'll struggle, mate. There ain't been no sign of the cult for 20 years.
Let's bring it back.
He says, "Thank the gods," and he touches your shield as he says this, Uther, and then he gives it a little rub, and he goes, "Ooh, there's some fine quality steelwork there, sir."
It's a little rude, isn't it? Of a man's shield. Without asking. Bad etiquette, you know. I mean, I don't mind you, but, you know, you could have asked first.
Apologies, sir. Didn't mean no offence by it.
No, forget I said anything.
Okay, so if you look at the map, at the minute, I'm going to have Arnhem. He's going to describe the boundaries of traders.
Where Lucy's gone.
Thingy. Say again, sorry,
mentioned
Alison. What was that?
Oh no, sorry.
Right, so the green area on the map, the little green boundary I've drawn on the map, that is the trade ward.
Did I take someone named in that?
If you look, if you look at the key on the right-hand side of the map, you'll see the trade ward. That's the name of all the shops, all the businesses of note. These buildings are all enterable. They're all interactable. But unless there's anywhere in particular you want to sell, I think the easiest way to do want to visit. I think the easiest way to do this is to like metagame it a little bit about what you want to buy, what you want to sell, and what you're looking for. Unless there's some specific place you want to visit for a certain reason.
Oh, all our goods.
So I'd like to sell off all the stuff in the group loot that we don't need.
Okay, let's have a look.
Cash that in and then split the money, so we've got a bit more to spend if anyone does want.
Okay, let me have a look at
Anything?
the master.
Material possessions. We don't need them. Now can I go buy a sash?
No, you don't need material possessions. Woo. Okay, so is it everything
I
that's...
carry less into battle than all of you.
Is it everything that's in the group loot?
I think everything in there can go.
Okay.
Apart from the healing potion. Obviously. Corpse, that'd be a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably find a buyer, to be honest.
Yeah. No, we're the good guys! Damn it! Fuck's sake, guys.
That was your own conscience talking to you then, Alan.
Okay, just a second. 3 long swords. 3 longbows. I'm assuming you're keeping the healing potion.
Uh-huh.
And are you selling the gems as well?
As I would like to. Is there anyone who needs gems for anything? Or should we just...
Can you put souls in them and enchant your own items?
Might be the wrong game for that, mate.
I know. I do play a lot of Skyrim still.
No, I think we can flog them off. I don't think anyone's got eyes on them.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Eldar do it, don't they, as well? Yeah, sorry.
And Malifaux.
Alpha as well.
We've had a short rest, haven't we? Have we?
Yeah.
We had one on the boat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, so Al, are you leading this selling expedition?
Sure, I'll give him my most winning smile.
Okay, so to start with, as a general whitewashing of the entire selling over a number of shops, a weapons shop, there's a jewel crafter, there's an armour shop that you visit, and in total they offer you for all of this across all 3 shops wait, that's not right. 183 gold.
Okay.
If you'd like to try and haggle, feel free.
Yeah, I'd like to. Can I try a persuasion?
Yeah, sure. Just gonna get a bit.
Oh no!
If it's my game, I would make things increase in value in price.
Well,
That doesn't make sense, Hayden. No, what happens though is, Uthi, you just seem to offend repeatedly all these different shopkeepers. Either, haggling just isn't done in Waterdeep, or you're just a terrible person. You're not sure which it is.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that once. 183, did you say?
183, and you can remove everything off there. They're not going to buy the keys, they're kind of useless. So you're just removing the gems, the long swords, the long bows, the shields, the chainmail and the staff. And then you can add all of that together if you want and distribute it amongst the 7 of you, if you'd like. If this is indeed a socialist utopia you are creating here.
If these keys are useless, I just take them off.
You don't
I can't even remember where... Yeah, I can't remember where they came from.
I can.
I'll just leave them then. Make them
could always turn into weaponry. Throwing darts.
They're just keys.
Yeah, but could file the ends down so you could stick in someone.
There's bigger fish to fry than key nunchucks, woo.
This guy, Al, this guy's obsessed with forging stuff, isn't he? It's like, he plays a fucking hobbling monk who wants to reshape metal into things. He plays a fucking dwarven priest, he wants to reshape metal.
Help myself. I play barbarian, I want to cook burgers.
So I'd like to hand out 41 gold to everyone.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Here's your socialist share.
Ah, mister, I have even more gold now. Is it enough for a sash yet?
No chance.
I mean, I don't even know what the sashes you're looking for, so I can't answer
I've
that.
got no idea. I'm doing this out of character. I have no idea. I'm just seeing if there's something out there. No idea.
Who wants a healing potion while we're at it? Who looks vulnerable?
Oh, yeah.
Look around.
Do with one.
You want one? Yeah,
I also look feeling vulnerable. I've one.
You're fine, Woo. You'll be safe. I'll give a healing potion to Moxie then.
I can always give it to Woo if he needs it.
Okay, so add to your inventory, potion of healing.
Right.
Got your back, Woo. Little magical man.
Salute all.
It's alright, I'll protect yours, my buddy.
Why, thank you.
Got your covers back. I tell you what, we'll keep having tea, yeah, if you keep giving me some of that mushroom stew.
It's a bargain.
Bargain. Us Fae folk got to stick together.
Oh, I can get rid of your basket for you.
Everybody just disappeared, left.
Yeah, what happened there? Everyone simultaneously just went AFK. That was weird.
Quite funny because they're all on one side of my screen to me on my phone. It's just like that side of my screen just got up and left at the same time. Oh, it's like you tipped your phone the wrong way and people fell out.
Happens a lot, to be fair. So, where are we? Just a second. I'm just looking for a thing. Right. Okay, so the weapons shop that you're oh god, what have I done here? There we go. The weapons shop that you are selling the longbows and the long swords in. Its name is the Riven Shield. It is. Where is it? Let's have a look.
Don't want coffee or anything, do you, Dave?
No, I'm right, thank you. Actually, yeah, I will have one.
Does it sell coffee, this shop?
Will you bring me a glass for whiskey?
Right.
I'm going to have beer, whiskey, and coffee all at once.
Coffee, whiskey, and coffee.
So, T4. So here it is. Look, it's here. I'm on the wrong layer.
What do you call it? The Craven Gate?
No.
Oh, sorry, my hair is terrible.
Here we go. It's the Riven Shield, and you know I said that.
Oh.
It's the troll grin that gives you away, Hayden.
The proprietor of this shop is.
Tell me that. I'm not even fucking justifying myself. Fuck off, everyone.
I think that being a gem, Hayden, has made you a better player, made you more appreciative of the other gems, and it's given you some real insight. You know what I mean? That
Absolutely.
comes across. Yeah.
Yeah. Just remember that the reason I misbehave in games is because of other people.
Quite a skill in advanced trolling.
You like
role-playing trolls. Yeah.
To be honest, we all troll each other, don't we, in one way or another in these games. So.
We do. It's
tradition. Troll.
So yeah, the guy that you sell the weapons to is a young human man, maybe in his late 20s, and he's very enthusiastic to buy weaponry from you. His name is Gorn. He introduces himself as Gorn. By the way, Arnhem the whole time just stands at the entrance to the shop, out of the way. He doesn't interfere with your business. And Gorn points at your blade, Uther, your sword. Yeah, you do have a sword, don't you?
You have a long sword and and a mace.
Yeah, he points at your sword and he says, if you're interested, sir, we do have a fine selection of new and used blades. And he gestures to the wall, and you can see there is this rack of swords, long swords, and they are all identical except for the hilt. And the hilt of each one depicts various symbols of various gods. There's about 24 different gods on display, and each little rack has multiple swords that are exactly the same as each other. It appears that someone is mass producing long swords with symbols of gods upon their hilts.
Nice little grift you've got going on there, my good man. No, I'm saving up my money. One day, I'll have a suit of full plate, but not today.
Whoa, it's a suit of plate.
I got the coin.
It's a good aspiration to have for a man such as yourself in your line of work. I'm assuming you are all adventurers?
Yes.
Of course, yeah, we're all thieves at least, sir.
I'm a monk, and I'm looking for some darts.
Darts? We've got a good selection of darts, sir, if you're interested in some darts.
Can I get a strap of 6, please?
Sure. Do you want the plain flights, or do you want ones with the Waterdeep crest on?
Plain, please.
Plain? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like people to know where I've been.
Well, that's a good point, I suppose, especially if you're into the shady side of life. No judgment.
This leading back to you. You know, if it was a vengeful person, I'd go, "This dart you made killed my son." And put on a voice where he says that.
You can no more blame the maker of the weapon for a killing than you can the weapon itself, sir. It is only the hand that wields it.
That's very true. But still, it does not lead back to you, does it?
I mean, it won't anyway. I just work here, sir. Here are your darts, and he pulls out 6 darts in a little thin leather case as well. And he says that'll be 1 silver, 10 copper, please.
All right, I'll pay the man 1 silver, 10 copper. I'll pay him 1 silver, 12 copper, and tip the man 2 copper for his service.
Ooh.
So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, sir. You watch as he drops the price he asked for into the till, and he places the other couple of copper into a little pouch on his waistcoat. And as you all look around the shop, you see it does sell weapons of all kinds. So if there's any weapons you're interested in buying, he does have a wide selection of pretty much anything you can think of. And he looks at you, Ducal, and says, "See you're a fan of the axe there, sir."
Obviously, my mate.
Says, "My father was an axe man. Started as a forester, ended as a forester. Matter of fact, cut a tree down, fell on him in the woods. But he did like.
Did anyone hear?
Only the bears and the Pope." Says, and he gestures towards a wall of axes, and you see there are hand axes, battle axes like your own, great axes, various styles, and some of them look quite fancy. And he says, "Look at this one, sir," and he pulls this battle axe down. And he twirls in his hand, and you realise that he seems to know how to handle this weapon. Gives it a good little spin, offers it up to you, and says, "Check that out, feel the weight."
Check it out.
It feels good. It feels a little lighter than your own axe, and you just touch the edge of the blade, and it cuts you quite deep. He's, "Oh, careful, sir. That's a vicious weapon, that one."
What sort of axe is it? Just like a normal axe, Dave, or
it's a battle axe, same as what you already use.
Yeah.
So but be careful, you know.
Standard axe, but a fancy one.
It's technically it's a magical axe. He says it's a little unusual weapon. This is one of the ones we make here. This isn't a second-hand blade, you know. It's got a fine edge grip, will never dull.
How much would this sort of axe be?
To you, sir? Ooh. 8 million gold. No, he says, to you, sir, 360 gold.
Ooh. I might give it a go. You know. Yeah, actually, that's a good deal. I will purchase.
I mean, you know, if you don't get on with it, we'll always buy them back.
I can always.
Did you say, Dave?
I can always loan you some money, Ducat, if you don't have enough. But you will be in my debt.
That's all right. That's all right, mate. How much did you say, mate? Dave, sorry.
360.
300. 360. Oh, it's a bit pricey for me and my friend.
Oh well, you know, if you come into some money, you change your mind, come back. I mean, if you're looking for more gold, you need some work. There's plenty of work out there. There's a notice being brought in to the shop. You know, adventurers like yourselves, they often frequent my store, and so a lot of people looking to hire people like yourselves will leave notices.
We're only passing through, guys. We're only passing through.
We are
This is no
passing
time
through,
for
but
a
we have a full day here. Is there any immediate jobs which need doing today, which we can get paid today and done today?
I mean, not trying to take the piss, my little friend, but most jobs require doing today. Most of the work that your kind of person looks into, it isn't like in 6 months' time there will be a troll under a bridge that needs killing. You know, it tends to be a more immediate thing.
No.
Oh well, what is on the list?
I think we're quite busy, so I'll have to maybe come back later on if I acquire more gold.
I mean, sure. I mean, that particular one might not be there, but the boss will have knocked out another few by then, I'm sure.
Do you want some gold? How much you need? Don't worry about it. We're a communist paradise.
Yeah, we can give you a bit of gold. How about we all donate 20 gold each to Ducal's axe?
Comrade
That's
Ducal.
100 gold between us. That's 120 gold between the rest of us.
Yeah, I
We'll
can
have
do
a whip
that.
around.
Yeah,
Go on then.
it benefits us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do you want?
The more
How
you
much you need?
say,
Can I just point out, right? That Ed's a bit short of money. You're all like, oh, let's give him 20 gold each. When I was short of money in Alan's game, you all made me write IOUs.
That's because it's you, Dave.
Ed's not whining about it. He just passed it
You've
on.
been griefing us for years. We wanted to get payback.
It's in the past.
Literal payback. We wanted it.
All I'll say,
Ed doesn't pick too many courses. He just looks like he needs it.
all I'll say is I have been rewatching Game of Thrones lately, and a Quintius always pays his debts.
Is 20 enough, Ed? Each?
I have 288 gold.
Cool, so yeah.
Yeah, so if we all lend you 20 each, then you can pay us back over time, can't you?
Yeah.
And then you'll have bits to spare. So
I'll give you 20. I'll give you 20.
If you want some later.
If everyone's happy with that, that's fine.
Yeah.
What a lovely, heartwarming gesture.
Community.
Look at this.
Go.
This is
I don't need my 20 back yet.
this is a party working together for the common good. It's unheard of. What's going on?
So I'll take 20 gold off mine right now, Ed.
Yeah,
I'm taking 3 off mine.
Got a bit of a tear to my eye. I'm having a little moment here.
Is that everyone? That might be too much.
Yeah.
So
Also,
Worry
Ed,
about it.
if you want to sell one of your old
Yep.
battle axes, he will buy it off you for 5 gold pieces.
yeah, I'll do that as well then.
Okay.
Do that as well.
I don't think I'll get a sash, but I think I'll get some tea. Everybody talks like they cost plenty.
Do you want to put your new axe in your main or your offhand?
My main. You?
Okay, I'm just going to do some jiggery pokery on your character sheet.
Cheers, mate.
In character, Dave,
Uh-huh.
like Arnold would have made him make an IOU. It's not the innocent, care-loving, free sort of folk wooers.
It's fine. I don't mind. I actually like the idea of Quintius being in debt to everyone because it makes more sense for him to do some of the stuff he does.
It does. It's more character building.
Right. So, just to clarify for you what this is, Ed. This is, you should see it on your character sheet now. It's a vicious battle axe. Ooh. When you crit with vicious weapon, it does an extra 2d6 slashing damage.
Oof. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
That is nice.
Need to hit.
So.
Super. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.
For the greater good.
As long as I get some sunglasses, I'm not bothered. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so you tried to buy these in Neverwinter, and there was a chance you could have got them, but you failed some roll. I can't remember the exact detail of it. But in Waterdeep, you find these no problem, Johnny. So if you want to add to your inventory dark glasses and reduce your gold by 3 gold.
Cool.
And you can wear them during the day, and you will no longer be at disadvantage for wisdom checks or attack rolls while you're in sunlight.
Is this clothes shop has gone to?
Okay, so this is, well, there's a few different places he could have got it from. I'm kind of glossing over the details of the shopping trip. So you're looking for a sash of some kind.
Well, I was looking for either something for magical defense, basically. That's
magical defense?
My goal, but yeah, so I didn't know if I did tattooing, but I don't know that. I don't know that. I mean, like, that's what I'm looking for, like something to give me a bit of magical defense. That's, just better AC because I'm fleshy.
That's fine.
It's the only thing
if I know what you're looking for,
I can't buy weapons or armor. That's the only thing I can really buy to improve my character.
If I know what you're looking for, I can work with you a bit better. So now I know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I didn't want to say it out loud because, like,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Woo now figures he's got a cape which is like lets him breathe underwater. Maybe he can get some sort of like armor for sash. So that's how he's reasoning it himself. But he hasn't worded it properly.
It's alright. Now I know what you're looking for.
Yeah. I'm still naive, remember? I'm a naive goblin. Hoblin. Don't know nothing about this new world. Be living in the mushroom trees of a never-ending, like, cycle of one season.
I like that hobbit who's been living in a box.
Yeah, living in a box.
Living in a cardboard box.
Okay, so Woo, as you're walking around the trade district, you pass by this particular shop, and you see this massive, like much bigger than Decal, half-orc, and he is leaning over this table in this shop window with his shirt off, and he's having a tattoo done on his back. And you recognise parts of the tattoo, and it's this kind of interwoven abstract design of blades and strange geometric shapes, and you realise you've seen it before. Today you saw it on Lucy, on her upper back and shoulders.
I want some of that shit. Says Blue. So is at some point he's going to try and book himself in there to get a tattoo.
Do you want to go in now?
Yeah, I was just wondering if I'm taking too much time with the pie, but yeah, we'll do. Moving along.
Just do it. That's what the game's about.
Yeah.
So inside, tattooing this this half-orc is this grey-skinned elf, not black-skinned like Valdrin is, grey-skinned, and she's got this sort of air of melancholy about her as she works the design into the half-orc's back, and in the shadows at the back of this tattoo parlour. And I like to think what's happened here as well is Wu has got distracted and wandered in, and everyone else has gone off and left him. And at the back of the shop, you can see this hulking figure. It takes you a few moments to focus on him, and you realise he's the same as Darwin. He's a turtle.
Oh.
And he stands behind the counter. He's got an eye patch over one eye.
Oh, hello, mighty turtle. I know one of your kind. I bet you've never met one of mine.
Slowly looks up, moving like the shifting plates of continents, and you realise from the heaviness of his shell and the leatheriness of his skin, he's much older than Darwin. He says, "Sure, I've seen plenty of your kind, halflings everywhere in the city."
Oh, yeah, I forget.
You forget you're a halfling, boy? You'll know where you are? You had a little bit too much to drink?
Yeah, money. I'm half-halfling, got a bit of something else in me.
Ain't we all, brother? Ain't we all?
Anyway, I was wondering if I could... How much for a protective tattoo, like, or whatever tattoo, magical tattoo, sorry. Without the chicken coming out.
He points at a board that you probably can't read.
I can't read.
But there are a number of different designs. They don't mean much to you. He says, "You're looking for protection, son. One like that."
Yes, I like to fight topless.
Yeah, I like to watch the topless fighters. Says, like
Oh, good. Well, I mean, you could always give me a discount for me to show you my skills.
Nah, I'm good, man.
I can do some moves, some flips. Anyway, like cartwheel around the office.
Says, ain't like what you see on Ungush over there. He's been coming back a long time to have that finished. It sure wasn't cheap, you know. But he looks you over and he says, "I could get you started with a simpler design."
Oh, okay. I reckon I shall go for that.
Okay. He pulls out a book and he begins flipping through, and he puts it in front of you, spins it round, shows you 2 pages. One of them is like, it looks like a set of wings, but made of geometric shapes that are designed to go across the shoulders. And then the second page is similar sort of thing again, but a bit more elaborate. And it also features a couple of crossed blades here and there. He says, "This one," points at the simpler one, 45 gold. This one, you're talking maybe 800-900 gold and a long time to get it done.
I'll go for 45 gold for pure efficiency, and also if you could maybe put a dragon's maw on, I'll give you 20 more gold.
Sure, we can do a little customization. I mean, if you'd like, I can make the shapes look a little bit more like dragon wings, if that's your thing.
That will be perfect. Or scales, dragon scales.
Yeah.
I would like to have dragon scales instead of wings.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. You want to make an appointment, or you got a spare couple of hours now?
I got a spare couple of hours for you. I'm going to put my head back outside and think, I was fucked off. And left me. It's okay, yeah, I'm free.
Cool. I just need to...
Can I have a drink while I relax? And,
yeah. We
get ready?
We got tea, we got wine.
Can I brew your tea for you?
No, you're my guest. I'll make the tea. Take a seat. And he points over in a chair.
Where's he get his organs
have a great tea?
Say again, Hayden.
Sorry.
What was that, Hayden?
Okay. I say I sure I make brilliant tea.
Oh, trust me, my friend, you're going to want my tea for this.
Well, after this, shall we have a tea off? I'll pay you a silver for your time.
My little friend, after this, you ain't going to be making tea for a while.
Oh shit! What you gonna do to me?
No, I mean it's gonna. The tea I'm gonna make you. The tea I'm gonna make you. No.
I want your insidious tea.
The tea I'm
Gonna
gonna
be all
make you.
teed out.
It's gonna numb you. It's gonna numb your body.
I'm scared now.
It's gonna numb your body so it doesn't hurt when I start stabbing you with needles.
It's okay. It's
The good
okay.
stuff.
You get on with it. I'll take this. It's mental conditioning. I can put my brain somewhere else. I'll meditate.
I mean, if you're sure, man, if you don't want the tea, I'm not
Let
gonna
me
force
drink
you to
my
have the
tea.
tea.
Let me make your tea. Let me drink my tea. My tea will make your wisdom better anyway, for making my tattoo better.
I don't have no wisdom, my friend. Don't worry about that.
Right, for epiphany. Anyway, I will have your tea, but I will meditate while I do it.
Okay. And he makes you some tea. You meditate.
You sure?
He
So this is a date rape.
Hayden, this isn't your game. He makes some tea. It's actually very good. It's very tasty. And within about 3 or 4 minutes of drinking it, you can no longer feel your body. And you get a bit giddy and a little bit but not enough that it feels like it's clouding your mind. It's quite a pleasurable experience. And he begins to work.
Yeah, he goes for himself while I meditate.
You're also meditating as well, which helps. He begins to work this needle into your skin. And you see he changes colours a couple of times, and he's using a mixture of blue, red, and also silver inks as he begins to draw this design on the back of your shoulders over the next 2 hours. Remove 45 gold from your couch sheet, please, Hayden.
Will do. Thank you very much, Dave, for that.
Meanwhile, the rest of you wandered off. You haven't realised that Wu isn't with you anymore. You seem to have lost him, and you're heading through the trade sector. Is there anything else anyone wants to buy or do on the way to this Hall of Records?
Nah.
I can't think of anything.
I would like 5 vials of oil, please, or flasks of oil.
You absolutely can find and buy them. You've got the price for them, right?
No, but I can sort that out.
It's all in my journal. You should be able to find it.
Cool.
What's the going rate for healing potions and things like that?
50 gold. 50 gold for a normal 2d4 plus whatever it is. Healing potion.
Okay.
I said crikey.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
Give it a miss.
Well, they are now, but you're still only level 4 or 3 in some cases, aren't you? So, you know, stuff like that will become trivial. Anyway.
I don't know, they're not leveled up.
Anyone else want to spend any money on anything? So there are in Roll20 in the journal, there are under the handouts folder, there is 5 handouts with armor, gear, mounts, tools, weapons. But there is also a massive list of magical equipment that you don't have access to. But if you're looking for a specific item, something, even if you don't know exactly what it is, you want something that does a thing or something that suits your class, just tell me what you're looking for and I'll try and help. But if there's nothing you want to buy, we'll move on to the Hall of Records, and I'm just off.
Because I'm muted, but it's gone.
I'm done here, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
I think Alison wants a bag of holding.
Something. I'm slightly worried about the key. I feel like somebody's going to try and rob it from me. So I just wondered if there's any form of magical item I could use to protect it.
Well, one thing, even if we can't get the bag of holding, we actually found a portal in the last game. I don't know who's got that. I think it might be Wu, actually, who's got it. That's where we found the gnome in this portal, so maybe we could maybe hide it in this other little thingy if needs be, if we can't get a bag of holding. So maybe something else we could do.
That's.
But doesn't the rope have to be?
I can't remember
The way like it, that would work is like it would just be locked to the place in time wherever you put it, so it's not something that you can cart around with you.
Different wherever you put it.
Yeah, but well, no, it's the same thing. It's like up
I
and
thought it was
down.
like a pocket, little pocket dimension.
It is a pocket dimension, but I think it's just static.
What, the portable hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just debating hiding the key in this portable hole if it would work.
I'm just saying, I was slightly worried somebody was going to try and tea leaf the key, so I didn't know if it needed some sort of magical item for protection, if we could find something.
Just let me check the wording of the portable hole. I think you can put things in it and close it up again.
Sure, you could, but I think it'd be left in the same place.
No, it's in the hole. So you can deploy the hole, put things in the hole, then lift the hole up and put it away, and whatever's in it is still in the hole.
And nobody else can access that hole? It's a safe hole?
Yeah, it's a pocket dimension. The only people that can access the hole are the people with the pocket hole, portable hole.
Right.
There you go.
Who's currently got the portable hole?
I don't think it's been specified who's got it at the moment. But it probably should be. If you're going to start doing that sort of stuff with it, then it needs to be specified who has it, just in case anything happens.
Yes.
I feel like if I'm going to put the key there, then maybe I should also have the portable hole. If everybody agrees.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not that I'm saying I don't trust you, but I don't know you.
That's fine by me, Tabitha. You seem trustworthy.
I don't want to lose the key. I don't want to lose the key to somebody's already tried to take it off me once. Fake Lucy. So
we'll do that then.
Okay, so if you want to, hang on, can I think I can do a thing here. Yeah. So I'm going to put the portable hole into your inventory. Tabitha, it should show up now. It has shown up. And if you want to edit your inventory so the key to the temple now reads as being in the hole, just put, in brackets, in portable hole or something like that.
Okay.
Beep. Yeah, folding the cloth. It's basically it's like a fucking Acme hole, in Looney Tunes cartoons where they pull out something and slam it on a wall. It's like that, but it's a piece of cloth, and it says folding the cloth closes the hole. Any creatures or objects within remain in the extra dimensional space. No matter what's in it, the hole weighs next to nothing.
Nice. I'm not going to read it quickly, am I?
Okay.
You should.
Terribly convenient having a pocket dimension.
Yeah, Woo's going to pipe up and go, you should sneeze on it right now. Sneeze, put your snot all the way around the outside. Anybody robs you, go, oh, that's my hanky. They see the snot hanging off it, they'll just chuck it to the ground and not open it. Clever.
Disgusting.
Perfect ruse.
You display a rare wisdom, Woo. Rare wisdom.
It's a tea.
By the way, I forgot to mention when we were in the weapon shop, the vicious weapon that Dukal has bought. Any weapon can be bought as a vicious weapon, and it is 350 gold plus the normal cost of that weapon, and any variation of weapons is for sale in that shop if you wanted one. Anyone else doing any shopping, or would you like to move on to the Hall of Records?
Move on.
Move on now.
I'd like to move on, I think.
The Hall of Records.
That's me. That's my
Have we noticed? Have we noticed we've lost him yet?
Nobody's noticed yet, no. But as you move into, where are we? We're moving from the Trade District into the North District. So I'd like everyone to make a perception check. It'd be at disadvantage as well because the city is quite overwhelming. I love the fact that Woo can go missing and people don't notice for ages because it's happened a couple of times.
Tiny.
You're on fire tonight, Johnny, as usual, mate.
What?
But he just waits, and then he cracks the joke.
I think it's perception. You got to do it in disadvantage.
Counts.
Oh, there you go.
It's a perception. Mine's normal now. Ooh.
It is, yeah.
Oh my God.
On here.
By the way, Johnny. When you go into
Still terrible.
when you go into darkness or dim light, Johnny, you need to take those off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you won't be able to see.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's perception.
Well, you've rolled a double one. Congratulations.
Well done.
I love it. The party.
If only there was a prize for that. As you're walking, where are we? Let's have a little track line.
Yeah, I've got to click something.
Can he not say that to you?
So, pretty much.
Yeah, nobody's noticed Woo has gone missing, which is great. What have I done to the map?
The map's gone missing.
Oh, there it is. To the back, to the front.
Okay, so as you get to around here, you're heading up towards the into the castle district. Arnhem's leading you around somewhere. You pass by this wide marketplace where it seems like more everyday goods are being sold that probably don't particularly interest you. But there's a lot of people shouting and yelling, trying to sell their wares. And you pass by a guy that you hear shout, "Hear ye, hear ye! Magistrate of Blackthorn offers a reward of 2,500 gold pieces for help dealing with an influx of the not-so-dead."
Oh, let's do that.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a hell of a lot of gold.
You could buy some magic sashes with that. Woo! Oh,
Is that something we could do in a day?
You now notice Woo has gone missing.
oh no!
Woo!
Where's Woo?
We've lost him.
The omens were clear.
Woo!
Tabitha, Arnhem hears what you say about, is that something you could do in a day? He says, "Oh, Blackthorn, yeah, Blackthorn's a couple of hours march to the east. You could be there before nightfall."
How convenient. Yes.
Side quest!
Who's offering this quest, by the way, David?
It's a random hawker on the street, stood on a crate, yelling. He looks like just... he's wearing quite a plain outfit, and as you look around the city, you've seen a few people like this. It seems like they're maybe employed to stand on street corners and yell at people offering jobs.
Yeah, we'll go and get some more details.
Okay, you're approaching the man. He looks over and says, "Ah, look at you, fine gentlemen and madams. Are you interested in offering your assistance? I see you are all well armed and clearly capable people. The town of Blackthorn is in peril."
We are desperate for gold.
I mean, being desperate for gold is one thing, sir, but are you capable of defeating the evil that has beset Blackthorn?
I don't know. Can you quantify this evil?
Oh, no. I'll be honest, I'm given a very, very thin script to work with, and he unrolls a scroll and holds it up to you, and it literally says, hear ye, the magistrate of Blackthorn offers 2,500 gold pieces for help dealing with an influx of the not-so-dead.
We'll be fine.
It says Blackthorn, it's a couple of dozen miles outside of town to the east. I mean, if you head that way, the magistrate, I'm sure he's good for the money. It's a very wealthy town, Blackthorn.
Yes.
And how much is the
Accept
upgrade?
your quest.
2.5k.
2.5 grand.
Considering we've got a lot of details, can it not be negotiated?
I mean, you could maybe negotiate with him. I'm just a messenger man. Don't shoot me. He looks at Voldrun, gives him a wink.
Resist. Like a red rag to a bull. Okay. Alright, I suggest after we've laid this gnome to rest somewhere, then we'll go on this side quest.
What about Woo?
Just sling him.
Oh no, what about Woo?
Woo?
Where are we?
Where is Woo?
We'll need him.
Arnhem says, oh, your little mate, yeah, where's he gone? Oh, I mean, I'm sure he'll turn up. He looks like he can look after himself.
He can't do it.
He really can't.
The omens were clear. We shouldn't have split the party.
Right, look, all right, okay.
Saw a pigeon.
Just hang on, right. Don't panic. We've lost one of your party. It's a big party, a little bit unwieldy. Just let's just carry on. Give me 10 minutes or so, and I'll see if I can find your little friend. I did promise I would look after you all, so just 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
Okay, you better be alright. Worry about the little guy.
You carry on heading into the castle quarter. Eventually, you're brought to the Hall of Records. It's a very austere-looking building. There's a few of the city guard loitering around the entrance. It looks like there's 2 or 3 people inside standing at a desk, where a rather prim-looking woman with grey hair piled up high and a very unsightly wart on her face is flicking through a book. Here you go, says Arnhem. All the records.
My good lady.
The woman peers at you. You're pretty sure the mole moved when she moved her head.
Well met.
Is there something I can do for you, young man?
Well, I'll put that one in the bank.
She's got 20 years
don't
on
get many
you.
of those these days. We're looking for records of a gnome family, the Brassbits. We want to return this body.
The Brassbits?
Yes. They're well known around these parts.
It's not a name I'm familiar with, but that doesn't mean much in a city of 2 million souls, does it?
That's a lot of souls.
Yes, it is a lot of souls. And I have access to them all. Why do you seek this man, Mr...
Brassbit?
Oh, you're a relative?
No. No, we've got one of the relatives of one of the Brassbits. We're trying to reunite this corpse.
And so what's
your
your
name? It's
name?
the right thing to do. My name? Got a perfectly good name. It's Uther.
Just Uther?
Uther Lightbringer.
Lightbringer. A strong name, sir.
Yes.
I'd like you to make a persuasion check for me, Mr. Lightbringer.
Okay. Shall I make a persuasion?
Hmm.
Oh, man.
Oh no!
I'm on fire today.
She says, I'm afraid records of citizens are a confidential thing without some official reason why you seek this person. How will I know that you're not anything more than a cutthroat or a jilted lover or some such, seeking revenge on such a person?
Alright.
Shall I try to see if I can charm her?
You speak up there, Tower Frost. Like, you're asking me in this lady's earshot whether you could charm her. Or
Oh, no, I'm asking. Sorry, walk up to you and I ask you in your ear.
Okay. That sounds rather, I don't know, immoral, Tabitha. Aren't we the good guys? Isn't that kind of like mind control?
If you do anything dodgy, I'm just asking if I can maybe charm her a little bit.
Okay, maybe you
I
can.
feel like I'm slightly cuter than you are.
Okay, yes. Do your best. No one likes me in this city. Don't know why.
So I go in over, give her a little purr, and I say, we're just trying to do something nice for this poor chap's family. We don't want him to have died in vain. Is there any way you could help us at all? Is there anything we could do to sweeten the deal?
Wink, wink. I'll check you a couple of.
Purr.
I would like you to make. You can also make a
Double charm.
a persuasion check, Tabitha.
I rub the other arm.
Are you rubbing the arm? Are you reaching over and rubbing the woman's arm?
Double charm.
What are you doing exactly?
No, sorry, that'll be 17.
We're doing the best we can.
Are you doing anything in specific, or are you just rubbing their arm?
What was that thing I have?
Are you using the thing you have?
Yeah, whatever the thing was.
You have two things that you have that would work in this situation. Which one are you using? Look at your character sheet and tell me.
Can't remember. Oh, friend.
Okay. Is that what you're doing?
Say again.
Just check the wording on it. It would work. It's technically for you, but I would allow it.
It's bad, isn't it? It's naughty.
I'm not here to be a conscience. I'm here to rule on the decisions you make. So make a
I'll
decision.
cast friends at the same time.
So you're reaching over and just touching this woman. Okay. And she seems to go a little bit glassy-eyed as she looks between Moxie and Tabitha, and the combination of these two fey creatures interacting with this mortal seems to bamboozle this woman for a moment. She says, "Yes, I would love to be of assistance to you. How may I help you further? Please, take all the information you want." And she begins to thumb through this big book of records, and she says, "Brass bit, brass bit, brass bit. Wait, let me... Hang on. Would you like me to show you the way to her home? Or would you like simply the address? Or maybe directions? Could I call you a horse and carriage, perhaps?"
No.
Yeah, but we all have names.
Just the address will do. Thank you.
It's going to want to pull
That's
and take a
very
run.
kind of you. How very kind you
It
are.
seems terribly immoral.
How very helpful.
Very, very sweet of you. Thank you.
I don't know, are we the baddies?
The great and good man. Relax.
She says, here we go. Number 47 Snail Street, the Brassbit residence.
Oh, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Okay. Snail Street it is then, I guess.
Just gonna scoot out the place fast.
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
Just gonna disappear outside.
You head outside. Arnhem is leaning still on the doorway outside the building. He's chatting to one of the guards. And he stops and sees you coming out, and he nods to the guard and skips down and steps towards you. And he says, you found what you're looking for then, friends?
Who's left? Is it just me or everyone? Everyone. Okay.
Except Woo.
Yeah, there were
Apart from Woo, he split the party.
Yeah.
The omens.
He did.
Yes, we found what we were looking for. Feels a little dirty somehow, but yes, if you could lead us to Snail Street.
Snail Street, yeah, no problem. That's back in the docks.
Why is it called Snail Street, Arnhem? Just out of interest.
Snail Street. Why is it called Snail Street? What am I, a fucking walking history book to you? Yeah.
I thought you were a guide.
Yeah, I mean, I am your guy, you know. I'm always your guy. I'm just racking my brain for a moment.
You rack your brains out.
Snail Street. So, Snail Street is, I don't know why it's called Snail Street. What I do know is it's a long cobblestone paved road in the city of Waterdeep that began in the Castle Ward and ends in the Dock Ward. Its northernmost portions sit directly on the boundary line between the wards of Castle, Dock and Trades.
And Tabitha said, "Oh, never mind. Come on, let's just escargot."
That's a good one, yeah.
Well played, Tabitha. Yeah, you fucking wank. He does tell you. Yeah, Snail Street. You know, a couple of gambling places. There's a clothes shop there. You might find your sash there. Woo. Where is he? Oh yeah. I've got someone looking for him. Don't worry. I'm sure he's fine. There's a couple of inns.
Not
taverns.
fine. Can't look after himself.
No, he's sound, isn't he? You know, little halfling in this city, he'd be fine. You know, I mean, he'll have been seen by now in the company of myself. Don't worry, no harm will come to him.
I hope that's true.
I'll give you my word, as a member of the Guild of Guides.
I'm going to totally find him with his brain sucked out.
Don't be silly, there's no mind flayers in Waterdeep.
That's what they want you to think.
That's because I'm a mind flayer.
That's what a mind. That's what a mind flayer would say.
He leads you. It takes him a good 20-25 minutes to lead you back through the city. He leads you down to Snail Street, which is around here. And he takes you to this place, a little house here. And this is number 47 Snail Street.
Okay. Does knock upon the door. 47 Snail Street.
He says, I'll be back momentarily. And he wanders off down a side alley.
Did you order corpse on wheels?
Okay, after a few moments, the door opens and a very elderly gnome. Gnomes live a long time, but this one, he looks like he's little more than 2 feet tall because he's so hunched over, and he moves very slowly. His eyes are cloudy and roomy, and he opens the door and he says, "Yes, is there something I could do for y'all?"
I've come with terrible news. We found one of your brethren and a journal. He got himself into a scrape, so we thought we'd bring you back his body.
My what? Now you're gonna have to speak up. I'm a little hard of hearing.
Yes, I know. Me too. Nickerin.
He's dead, okay? He's dead.
No, I'm his father. A mandolin brass bit.
I see. Well, do you want this body or not? We went to a lot of effort to bring you in here.
He looks you up and down and goes, "I'm not that way inclined, sir. I'm a happily married man. My wife's inside."
You can just leave him. Just leave it here by the door if you want. You know, it's not a problem.
You're leaving what by the door?
By the love of Bahamut.
Where's his journal? Perhaps this gentleman could read the journal.
I'll hand over the journal.
What's this you got me for? Oh, look at this! Oh!
Pick up the body.
Oh, it's my
and I'll
boy!
place it on the doorstep.
My boy's journal! Oh, I remember the day he left. It seems like so long. Oh, look at... I remember when he wrote this page. And oh, look at this. It's so glorious. He must have done so much in his life that... And then he turns the page and goes... Oh! And then he looks at the remains. Oh!
Do you have other sons?
No, he was my only boy. We weren't blessed with great fertility, me and I just get... Vandella, there's a strange old man on my door. I think he's got Nicarin's body. Oh, where did you... Did he die heroically? Did he die defending a village from an evil dragon or...
No, it wasn't that.
Glorious.
Didn't have the courage to chuck himself out of his hole.
What do you mean, out of his hole?
He died in a hole.
He chose to die and starve to death instead.
No, just let's show this chap some kindness. He was defending himself from pirates. This is this man's son. And when we rock up,
I'm not going to lie, am I?
at the door.
Well, you would make a liar of me, Tabitha.
He seems to switch his attention to Tabitha at this point.
We're so sorry to tell you. Unfortunately, we came across this on our travels, and it seems as though your son has perished. It looks like there's pirates involved, but we're trying to carry out his last wish. We're so sorry if this upsets you, but we're trying to do this last one thing for him.
You ever thought about joining the police? Because you said that with as much conviction as your average police officer. But I thank you for bringing my boy back. I told him, Nicarin, I said, no, you fucking idiot, buy some armor, not a portable hole.
He's lost a little weight, but he's otherwise unscathed.
But he wouldn't listen to me. He always thought he knew best. You know, we come from a fine line, an established hegemony, you might call it, of artificers and tinkerers. But no, Nicarin, he wanted to be off in the world exploring, seeing things and fighting evil. And I said to him, boy, you're a fucking idiot. You know, you don't have the brains or the brawn or the skill to be a hero. And he was like, no, that don't matter, Daddy. I got my bag of cheese. And off he went. But there was no cheese in his bag. It was just a bottomless bag. Well, I thank you for bringing my boy's body back. And just 1 second. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, I should give you something for this. And he wanders off into the back of his house for a moment. And he returns a few moments later, and you see he brings with him this wizened little gnome woman who... she comes out, she's also very bleary, and she goes, who's that? Who's that, Sandorian? Is that my boy? Has he finally returned? Like, no, Vandella, you'll go back to bed now. No, the boy ain't gonna be coming for... Is it my boy? Is it my boy? Is he coming? No, Vandella, he ain't never coming back.
He's never coming back.
And he hands you a small bag of coin. He says, this is for your efforts. And, take this. I made it for my boy for his 197th birthday. You know, it's a tradition with gnomes that the 197th birthday is celebrated. But obviously he ain't coming back. So you should have it. And he hands you a very small carriage clock made of brass. And it's exquisitely made. And you can see the mechanism through the glass front plate. And it's made of hundreds and hundreds of tiny, intricately assembled brass cogs.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Very kind, sir. It's no bother, really.
Thank you very much.
The same.
Thank you for bringing my boy home. I'll add his... he takes the journal. He says, I'll add his deeds to the legacy of the other brave brass bits that have set out in the world. You know, most of us end up as artificers and tinkerers, but there's been, over the years, maybe half a dozen that have had the wanderlust, then the urge to explore. His story will be added to theirs, and he gets another book from a cupboard next to him, and he opens it up, and you can see it's been written on about 5 pages. He says, "Yeah, he did pretty well, considering 2 pages all to himself. That's a new record."
He lived his honest life.
Thank you for your time. So you can add to your inventory another 100 gold and a very intricate carriage clock.
Ooh.
Tiny.
Nice.
Meanwhile,
Plug it.
woo. Oh, that really hurts. Woo. That really, really, really hurts. But you look in the mirror, and
happy day.
you now have this.
Jesus, happy days. He was here. Sorry.
You are a little lightheaded. Not enough to affect your stats or anything. But yeah, it's you see it in the mirror, this tattoo across your shoulders, and it's quite simple, but it does indeed look like a dragon across your back, with the head of it slightly peeking up across above the top of your robes, just in the nape of your neck, and sticking out maybe in the sleeveless robes that you have, the tips of the wings, and it's been done in a very unusual silver ink that seems to catch the light. And I'm just going to add it to your character sheet. And it probably won't change much. Okay. So no, so it hasn't changed. In fact, it's reduced your AC, but that's not true.
What?
It can't reduce your AC. So what it does, this basic version is it makes your AC 12 plus your Dex mod, which would be 15. But your AC is already 10 plus Dex plus Wisdom, so it doesn't change your AC for now. But it is the basis for the next level.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
And
thank the man.
Yeah, there are multiple levels to all the tattoos, and just to make you all aware, there are multiple tattoos available to anyone who wants to buy them. The barrier tattoo is one, and they scale. Each tier costs a little bit more. So the next tier up will cost 800 and something gold, and it gives you. This is for when you're not wearing armor. It makes your AC 15 plus Dex, so in your case it would be 18, but you also get your Wisdom to that, so that would make your AC 21.
Oh well,
and there is a very rare version that puts your AC at 18, but it doesn't give you any bonus for Dex, so it's not worth getting the top tier for you. It's worth getting the middle tier.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other tattoos. There's ones that can enhance spell casting, damage, and all sorts of stuff.
Well, I'm going to start saving.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, and as you finish, and you get up from your chair and you've enjoyed the tea, the turtle hands you a piece of paper, or a scroll, sorry, a rolled up piece of parchment. He says, you ever in town again, you want more ink or adding to your ink, you come back. And that there, my friend, that's a little something for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And can I offer you to make some tea before I leave?
Why, sure. He taps at the scroll and says, that's my own special recipe.
Oh, thank you very much. I will tell you mine then after you drink.
Okay. So you're making him some tea?
Yeah. Got to tie into my character.
It's another good brew. It doesn't surpass your previous one, but it does help Captain Shallow, because that's how he introduces himself. He tells you his name. His name is Captain Shallow. Captain Donna Shallow.
Donna Shallow.
That's a good name.
Who's in a house shell?
He's an NPC from over the campaign. It's about time he made a little return. Yeah, you share this cup of tea with him, and as you're just getting towards the end of it, you hear this voice that says, "Hello there, little man. You doing all right in here?" You look round and you see Arnhem figure.
Well, hello. Yeah, very hospitable. Thank you very much. Been safe the whole entire time. You've done your job very well.
Yeah, I thought you'd be okay. My little birdie's told me that you were safe, but your mates are wondering where you are.
The whole time protecting me.
Oh no, I've had an eye on you. Don't you worry.
Oh well, thank you very much. I knew I'd be safe. You said you give me your word. Sorry, give me your word.
Yeah, I'll give you my word. He puts on a fake deep voice as he answers you. Says, "You ready for off then? Your mates, I think your mates have found your little job."
Alright then, I'll be going with you.
Come on in.
And I'll put my cloak back on.
Okay.
Wrap my bandages over on my shoulder again. And follow him out the shop and say thank you after writing the tea recipe and chucking it over my shoulder to the turtle man. With a dexterity throw, I'm going to try and land it in his hands, if that's okay.
As you're leaving as well, Arnhem gives a bit of a nod to Captain Shallow, who nods back at him. They don't exchange any words. You throw the scroll with the instructions of the sacred tea of your order, and it floats to the air and flutters, landing perfectly in front of Captain Shallow. And he traps it. He gives you a nod. He says, "Until we meet again, my friend. You take care out there."
Oi! Go. Couldn't help myself with a hoi.
Arnhem leads you back through the winding streets between the major arterials of the city, and you arrive at number 47 Snail Street, just as the rest of your friends are walking away from the house. What timing! How fortuitous!
Hello.
Oh,
I'm going to follow it and not say a damn thing. See where they go. And I'm going
your
to stealth
limbs.
as well.
Anyone?
I'm going to drop back and use stealth against the whole party and just follow them till they go.
Okay.
I mean, Arnhem is literally here gesturing that you're there.
Okay.
Saying, "I found your little friend."
Shit.
What's so worried, Woo?
Thank you. Thank you. I got you
safe.
too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I'll just flash a little bit my silvery tattoo on my shoulder. And go, yeah, really good tattoo shop down there. How did you get the dead boy back to his parents?
Yes, it was jolly good fun.
We did.
And we've done our good deed for the day. You fancy killing some undead? Woo. Got any bloodlust in you after your tattoo?
I don't
Save
have
some
any
people.
bloodlust in me, but I don't mind to pound some dust of the dead.
Yes, very good.
That's the spirit, Woo.
There's 2.5K in it for us. And we're desperate for cash.
Oh, that's some big one guy. I got another tattoo I need, Paul.
Yes, we'll put it all towards your tattoo.
You help me, I'll help you.
Yes.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Ha ha! He pats you on the back quite hard.
You'll have to bend down first, sir.
The low swing.
Arnhem sidles up to Decal at this point and says, "Your mates, they're all very touchy-feely, aren't they?
Indeed.
Are they a bit...
Some more than others.
Are they a bit,
Affectionate.
I'm not quite sure, you know.
Yeah, it's an unusual dynamic you've got. I've met a lot of groups of adventurers, but this one is something else, I tell you.
We're a friendly bunch.
Yeah, sure you are.
Wait a second. Can I hear any of this going on?
Make a perception check with advantage because you still have your tea in you.
Fucking tea. And more tea as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you do hear it.
Oh, aha, you call me a Nancy boy. I mean, you call me a Nancy boy.
No, mate, you're as manly as they come, my little goblin friend. I mean, my little halfling friend. He doesn't say goblin, he has no idea you're a goblin. A hoblin. He says, no, you're as manly as they come, my little halfling friend. And he gives you a good firm pat on the shoulder.
No, who's touchy-feely? Hey, this is what everybody does to me. They all want to pat me like I'm some fucking pet. Now you understand.
He pats you on your fresh tattoos.
That's it, Woo. That's the bloodlust that we'll need. I knew you had it in you.
So, you coming on Dead Slaying with us?
No, mate. My job, my contract was to direct you and guide you around the city. My days of wandering the lands and slaying the undead are long behind me. But if you are leaving and you wish to return, I still owe you a few hours. So you look me up. You'll find me in an inn, probably somewhere.
Can I say? You've been a pleasure.
Like I said, the Guild of Guides, they don't employ just your average Joe.
Thank you very much for looking after us.
Quite welcome, my little friend. Anytime. Like I say, still owe you a couple of hours. You paid for the full day. You've only had 4 hours out of me. If you wish to employ my services further, you know where to find me. I'll be in a bar somewhere in the docks.
Nice.
We'll meet again, Figget, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will.
We'll figure it out someday.
You're forgettable.
You're forgettable. Amen, faggot.
I mean, that's big words for a man with that beard. But, yeah.
Forgot.
I never forget.
Sorry, I didn't mean. I'm sorry. I keep getting your name wrong. I was trying to write it. Read it from how I said. It's only a sausage after the end of the day, isn't it? You faggot.
No, it's figure, mate. Figure, as in fig.
Oh, sorry, sir. It's been a pleasure, and I will tip you another silver because I think I've offended you.
Okay, no silver off.
No offense is taken. Yeah.
His eyes go wide. He looks a little bit surprised that you've tipped him. He says, "A pleasure, sir. And like I said, you ever need my services again?
Should you survive this undead mission?"
And he, as he says, "You ever need my services again?" He pats his sword. He says, "You know where to find me."
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bring honour to the name of Figget. We must be off. We have people to save and 2.5K to get our hands on.
Well, good luck to you, sir. I hope you do, for the sake of the people of wherever it was, and your own, in your own pockets. Yeah, Blackthorn, that's the one. It's about 10, 11 miles that way. And he points east.
Oh, let's get cracking then. Let's leave from the river gate, I guess.
Okay.
I'll shake Figget's hand before I go, and say thank you again.
He shakes your hand back. He, despite the fact you've abused him.
I knew you were trustworthy. And carry on.
He says, "We're all trustworthy, my friend, in the Guild of Guides." Okay, so you're heading off to Blackthorn, are you?
Yes.
What's that way?
They need our help, Woo. Side quest.
Oh, what were you up to, Unfair? You said something about undead, dead, not human. Humans.
Pardon? Yes,
Yeah,
the town's under attack from the mostly dead.
Only mostly dead. But that's not fully dead.
Yes, well, they're wandering around and causing trouble.
I heard
There's a
from
real
the part of
ruckus.
true love that can be awakened. Only for mostly dead. Anyway,
to be fully dead.
All fairy tale.
Okay, so you're heading off to Blackthorn?
Yeah, I don't need anything.
Yes.
I'm done shopping.
Cool. It's
shopped out.
It's a couple of hours, maybe 2.5 hours walk along the road out of the river gate. And it's quite peaceful, quite serene out here. You see occasional patrols from soldiers in the livery of Waterdeep along this main road. And then you come to this signpost, and there's this very ill-maintained track off to the west towards the sea. No, sorry, yeah, to the west towards the sea. And there is the signpost reads Blackthorn, and it's hanging at a little bit of an awkward angle. And you follow this track. It takes you maybe another half hour altogether. So you've been walking for about 3 hours. The sun is still up. It's getting on for maybe 5:30 in the afternoon, early evening, as you approach the outskirts of a village. And you see a sign, a little bit tatty, a little bit run down, and so in most of the villages, most of the buildings within the village seem a little run down. The sign reads, "Welcome to Blackthorn." And it strikes you as being a little bit empty and quiet. It's only a village, it's not a big place, there's only a dozen or two buildings here, but it's oddly quiet. There's no hustle and bustle, there's no people tending their flocks, the sort of thing you'd expect to see in a village of these parts. But there are a number of people about, and they are wearing not particularly great quality leather and simple chainmail armour. They have spears and pikes. A couple of them have short swords. They're obviously some sort of guards of the town wearing a very sort of primitive version of a uniform. And they seem to be dragging corpses out of the town square beyond the boundaries of the little settlement and building a pyre out of them. And as you look around the town, you notice there's some burn damage. There's what looks like a few collapsed small lean-tos where maybe people have dried meats and cured furs. And there's a well where the configuration of the pulley system has been smashed. It looks like this town has been attacked in some way. And one of the guards sees you. And he says something to his companion, and then he comes over to you. He heads over to you and he says, "All right there, ladies and gents. Are you from the city?"
No. Yes and no.
We're answering the summons.
Oh. Have you made it here? Have you been attacked on the road or anything? Do you need medical attention or anything like that?
Nope.
No issues on the way here.
Okay. Well, just wait one moment, sir. I'll fetch the magistrate. And he scuttles off back into the village. He leaves you waiting a couple of minutes.
It looks a bit dodgy to me. What the hell is magistrate? I mean, who makes up a word like that?
He's the one with the mission.
What? Oh.
The one who summoned us for this side quest.
Oh my goodness. Your land is so full of mystery. Doesn't matter. I will stand here and listen. Woo's a bit confused by all the new words he's learning in this world.
Never mind, it's all woo.
After a couple of minutes, this gentleman arrives. He's a heavy-set man in maybe his 60s, balding, a little bit of a grey beard. His robes, he has a chain around his neck with a few medallions hanging from it, and he looks a little worse for wear. He doesn't look wounded, but he looks tired, and he's got dried blood stains splattered on his robes and a bit of recently dried blood on his face as well. And he comes over to you and says, welcome. Thank you for coming so quickly. We put the call out a couple of days ago. I didn't expect to respond so fast. My name is Magistrate Reginald. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have a collective name?
Oh, what? A collective name?
No, we haven't got to that bit yet. We've been banding a few names around.
Did we make one?
Super Squad.
I'm sure we did, I can't remember.
No, there's been a few ideas thrown there.
Who's Super Squad?
It's just you know
about Bound by Fate.
It's just that groups of adventurers tend to have a name that they can be referred to as. Or it's hard to sing. It's hard to sing.
Adventuroids.
Primo Prime. Yes.
It's hard to sing the ballads.
Also Primo Prime.
It's hard to
Working
sing
on
ballads
it.
without a name.
It's a work in progress.
Fellowship of the Shell. No.
He says, please come this way. And he gestures for you to follow him into the town.
To be honest with you, we're more of a motley crew than a group of adventurers.
Motley Crew, there's a good name.
Well, what temple was it what we got together in?
Hey, wait a minute. What's the name of one of the members of Motley Crew?
Oh, I don't know.
Arm and
Tommy
figure.
Lee.
Tommy Lee. Anyway, he gestures for you to follow him into the town. He's like, I'm so glad you've arrived. It's been terrible. We've lost at least a dozen people. The town is under siege by spectres, incorporeal beings. I think they're coming from the crypts outside of town.
What makes you think that? And he's going to raise an eyebrow.
Because there's crypts outside of town, for one thing. For another,
I'm up there.
our priest, Father Dumont, a priest of Tyr, he went to investigate the crypts a few days ago on a hunch. He has not returned since. Also, the crypts, well, long ago, before I was born, I think, or was I a lad, or was it about the time I opened the sandwich shop? I can't remember, but at some point in the past, there was a very bad man called Zathus. He was a raiser of the dead, a necromancer. But he was dead. He was unalived, as the cool kids say, and he was put into the crypts where he couldn't cause any problems. But now the dead are coming back, and Father Dumont hasn't returned. That's why I think it might be the crypts. Necromancer, priest not come back, that sort of business.
Okay, point us in the right direction then. Point us in the direction of the crypt.
He points east.
Let's go.
Is it that simple? Normally your kind have much more questions and usually accusations of wrongdoing as well. Usually it's like, what did you do to him? Did you molest his child? Is he back for vengeance? That sort of thing. None of that?
Yeah.
Well, did you?
No! He doesn't even have a child. He died centuries before I was born.
And why are you interested in this?
Well, I'm interested in this because this is my home.
I mean about getting your children.
Oh, no,
I'm
just surprised. Most adventurers, they have a lot of accusations and questions before they go off and die horribly.
Oh, no. Quite innocently died.
We're just desperate for gold, and also we want to help.
Oh, yes, priorities.
Have you got anything that will help us along our way?
We'll need a down payment.
I've got a bag of candles.
Have you?
Yes.
What will the candles do?
I mean, you light them, and they light up the darkness.
That's amazing.
I'll have a candle.
You want?
I'll have a candle, please. If you're handing them out.
You can have a whole bag of candles. It's fine. I mean, it might be dark in the crypt.
Let's take the bag of candles.
Awesome.
Can somebody add to their inventory or the group loot list a bag of candles?
Bag of candles.
There's 4 of them.
Are they fine quality candles or are they just standard candles?
They're just candles.
And what was the payment for this, please?
Oh,
just clarify.
The village's savings. We were saving to build a new inn. The last inn burnt down. I won't bore you with the details. 2,500 gold
Too many
pieces.
candles in it. I think we'll just save lives. We'll just save lives.
And say, excuse me, why are you giving me candles?
So you can see in the dark.
How do you know I can't already?
I mean, I honestly don't. I don't even know what you are.
Personally made these candles.
No, it was my granddaughter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And suspicious.
Her name's Juliet. They're made from the tallow from dogs.
Right.
Can't beat dog tallow.
Dog tallow. It's the best tallow for making candles.
I'm quite fond of dogs.
I am too. But when they're dead, you may as well use them for something, surely.
Disgusting.
I was thinking we could make a trap with bolts of wax for our enemies.
Jesus, pointing in the right direction.
Wax upon their bodies.
This conversation continues as the undone over like fucking hard.
They're just lurching. They're lurching out of the shadows around the village, and Woo's talking about making wax traps.
That's what I was thinking in my head. I was just like,
brains.
They just go straight past that group.
Sorry, Tabitha, what were you asking about the gold? Sorry, Tabitha.
Just what the payment for completing this was, and is there any upfront payment? We are potentially risking our lives.
I mean, yes, you are. 2,500 gold was the price I, put forward to the messengers. But what good would the upfront payment be? The best scenario is that you get there, realize it's above your pay rate, and run away with our gold. Alternatively, you don't. You go in there with our gold and you die. And then I don't have the gold to play the next more competent people that turn up after. 2,500 gold, payable on completion of said task.
How can we trust you?
Well,
it's bad.
I'm a magistrate, young lady. I am utterly trustworthy. I am responsible for the people of this village. I've been voted 28 years in a row annually by these people as their representative to the city. They trust me. If that's not enough for you, then I suggest you go find work elsewhere.
I'll take your work. And your candles. Yes.
I trust them completely.
But you don't get a chain like that by being shifty. He didn't seem very confident we'd survive, but
we'll show him.
It can't be that bad.
You have any advice for us, magistrate?
Like the candles.
Advice. Yes. Don't marry young. Invest in
No. Let me stop you there. Regarding this.
Sorry. Regarding this. Oh no. I mean, this is a little bit beyond my remit. I'm more used to planning buildings and signing certificates of birth and death and that sort of thing. I've never struck a blow against an undead creature. I suppose if I had to give you some advice, which I should.
Is that because you're a necromancer?
No, absolutely
That's
not.
what a necromancer would say.
Okay, yes, yes, I am a necromancer.
Damn it!
Okay.
No,
And the foundations of a new inn. Just to be sure.
no. But my advice to you would probably be kill the ones that aren't alive. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? Let me try again. Let me dig deep into my bag of wisdom. Honestly, no. I mean, that's kind of why I employ. If I knew how to deal with this, I would be dealing with it, wouldn't I? I've employed you people because I thought that's what adventurers did. They came, they dealt with these unusual
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
You people, you people, look at you. You come into our lands, you cross the borders uninvited, you just walk through our cities, getting jobs, earning gold, saving lives. Oh, it's quite
Looking
heroic.
fabulous.
Really, looking incredible. I must say, a number of you do look rather incredible.
I'm going to switch my cake.
I don't know about anybody else, but I will greatly accept your quest, sir.
At least the halfling's got some balls.
I think we can handle this. And then I'm walking in the direction of the
Do I look like a
candles.
goblin or?
You still look like a halfling at this point, Hayden. You still look like a halfling. Yeah.
So it's just with you saying it makes me doubt my own
Let's
existence.
go!
The spell that Lucy cast on you lasts 8 hours.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
The top is all be in the right
Excellent
places
concept.
when the spell comes off. That's the question.
So you head east.
Good point.
Um,
How many hours has it been now, Dave, since the spell was cast on us?
it was cast at around midday. It's probably you've probably got about another hour or so before the spell wears off. It's probably about 7 p.m. and the sun is starting to go down now.
That's all right. We're
It's
taking.
reaching sunset.
Cool.
I'm just going to have a quick read before. Yes.
How's the combat?
I've enjoyed tonight with us all. It's been too long, hasn't it?
It has been a long time.
And far too long.
Been ages on it.
Ages and ages.
It's really great.
At least a month or two or so.
Can't remember when it was. Before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've enjoyed the pre-build so far. I like the city and everything, the map. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I mean, someone's searching for ideas for my own game. I'm trying to pitch them.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What was our last
Asparagus
game?
week. November.
I'm sure
Yeah, it
Dave
was
will
like
sort you out
14th of
with
November,
the
the last game.
Bloody hell.
I've just
10th of
unplugged my
December.
fucking headset. Hang on.
Yeah. Going fast, isn't it? Jesus.
Not from my point of view.
It was 10th of December, the last game, according to my calculations.
It was what, sorry?
10th of December.
Oh, 10th of December.
Check your calendar.
I maybe got that wrong then.
Oh, it might have been, yeah.
But yeah, I pride myself on being prepared for my games, as most of you know, and I was not prepared for tonight. So I have been winging it like fuck, and I'll be honest, I still am. But who cares? Yeah, it's
Really
been a
enjoyed
long
it
gap.
so far.
It's been a long gap. It's been a long gap. Anyway, takes about another hour. So it's probably 7 p.m. by the time you get to the crypts, shall we call them? You follow a cobblestone road out of the village on this path that diverges off into the woods. And as you move further and further down this path, the trees either side of the path seems to encroach more and more on you, to the point that you are pushing your way through the branches to proceed. It's very overgrown, and eventually you push through the last few branches and the path opens up and you find yourself standing at the gate to a graveyard. I'm going to give you a new map.
I'm going to take you to a graveyard.
I'm going to take you to a graveyard! 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 And the gates to this graveyard stand slightly ajar. And peering at it from, maybe 20 feet away, you can see that it looks like the latch on this gate has been recently broken. What would you like to do?
Just go in.
Enter.
I stick a candle on top of my helmet and light the candle.
Okay, Uther has a candle on his helmet.
I'm going to take off my specs. Put them inside my cloak.
Good call.
Let's go.
Okay, just a second. Tabitha and Moxie, are Fergus and Pat the Rat with you?
Yeah.
I don't have Pat for ages.
Is he with you?
Yeah, I swapped him for something else from her.
Yeah, technically we did, but we're going to kind of swap back across.
I mean, you can change him pretty much at will out of combat situations, as far as I'm concerned. So, as you descend into this crypt, I'm going to put you on the dashboard. Could you arrange yourself, please, in marching order? You can move two abreast into this crypt.
Yeah, Fergus is always ready. Always ready for a battle.
Yeah?
Fergus is.
Oh, yeah.
He's battle ready.
I've got a picture of.
Right. Do you want a pet or not?
I'm not on the map screen.
Alright, do that then.
Nobody's on the map screen, Hayden. You should be on the
side purposes and things.
You should be on the dashboard screen where I'm asking you to.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. I was looking at all the names.
I don't think there was anything. Yeah, we decided instead of just getting the animal.
Okay. Alan. Alan and Ed, have you tried this?
I have not tried that.
Have you, Ed? It's really nice. Leanne got me it for Christmas. It's a single malt made in
really sweet, isn't it?
Made in a sherry cask. It's got like a nice little sweet edge. It's not. I don't think it's really sweet. It's just
really sweet.
Slightly sweet.
Really sweet.
Do you think it's really sweet?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I think so.
I just
for
find
whiskey
it's
anyway.
Slightly sweet. Yeah, it is. It's definitely sweet for whiskey, but I don't have much for sweet tea, so I thought if it was going to be sweet, it would hit me like a ton of bricks. But it's really nice.
Well, going to this, Dave, I would have used some of my hit dice to get my wounds back.
I did give you the option to do a short rest. You clearly just ignored me, Hayden.
I said short rest. I went on a short rest before I went into town.
It was a short rest. Short rest back on the boat, mate. If you want to roll some hit dice.
Yeah, I did short rest.
Yeah. I gave you the option back then. It's a good job I'm not a tyrant of a DM and demanding that you can't do it now. Oh, I'm such a nice man. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should let you go with no hit points. So is that is everyone happy with that? Voldrun, are you happy at the back?
Yeah, that's fine.
Tabitha, are you happy where you are? You're muted, James and Alison. It's
I can't see where we are. There's just the like we haven't got a map or anything.
No, you haven't got a map. You've got the marching order on the screen here.
Perhaps I should go at the front because I can see what I'm doing, like or nearer the front.
This is just the
This is
just the order that you're going in.
Ah, right. Okay, yeah.
It's not a map. It's the order. That's all I'm trying to get.
Sure.
All the way back there.
I don't know.
Be in the middle. No, you know, back there. Okay. Okay. So use a hit dice.
Ducal, are you? It's very dark down here. Ducal, are you taking any precautions for the darkness? Uther has wedged a candle onto his helmet.
You have.
You no take candle.
Yep.
You possibly have a torch in your inventory that you could carry in your offhand if you wanted. Most people do.
Yeah, I'll do the torch in my offhand.
Okay, so you can wield the torch as a improvised weapon, by the way.
Yeah, I was tempted to put a candle on the end of my axe, but it might go out every time I swing it.
It most probably.
What about
would.
wrapping the head of your axe in torch flames by soaking it in oil and then set fire to that flaming axe and a light?
I mean, to metagame the rules of it, it would make no difference. It wouldn't make it a flaming axe. It would make it an axe with a candle stuck on it. Yeah.
But still look cool.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I will do that. So if I change that.
Okay, so Ducal, I'm going to give you an offhand torch attack. I'm going to add that to you.
You do that.
You can, of course, chuck it down and draw another weapon if you want to, but this is what you're equipped with. Oh, what is it doing? My foot. Okay, so it counts as an improvised weapon, but it also does a little fire damage. So you should see the offhand torch there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Cool. Uther, you have a candle stuck on your hat, which doesn't give off a lot of light, but it's better than a kick in the dick. It's a kind of phrase that is frequently used at work. The rest of you, I think, can see in the dark to some extent. Is everyone happy with the marching order?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tabitha, I'm just going to move you over one square because it's going to be a 10 by 10 column. And I'm going to close up the gap. And I will put Pat and Fergus onto the map in a moment. Please don't move about when you can see the map. Oh my god, what have I done to this map? I don't know what happened there. Okay, I'm just going to grab Pat and Fergus. Where have you gone, Pat? Pat has this weird habit of disappearing. And I don't know why. Can't figure it out.
Pat looks flat. Keeps missing just like that. Just improving his stealth skills, Dave.
There we go. Pat is the wrong token, but it'll do for now. He's also not supposed to be red, because that would make him look like an enemy. I don't want you to kill Pat, or do I? Pat. Yeah, that's weird. It's just not letting me move Pat. There we go. Pat's there. Fergus. Okay, Fergus is also gigantic for no reason. Why has this all changed? This is really weird.
We're going to have to head off in 5 minutes, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get things set up for...
Technically, Alison hasn't resummoned or remembered to resummon Pat.
Pat was on the deck of the ship, though.
Yeah, Pat's, been make-believe for about 2 or 3 sessions now, I think.
No, she resummoned him. She resummoned him on a long rest. I know that for a fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you head down into the crypt. And there are sconces that light this chamber, flanking a large iron-barred door. And in a glowing circle in front of the iron-barred door, there is a man lying face down on the ground. He's wearing tattered robes. He doesn't appear to be moving. And also, between you and him, there is an altar upon which is a book, which looks like it's been handwritten. And if you've got to go in 5 minutes, then that's where we'll leave it.
Thanks for the game, Dave.
All right.
Yeah, good, Dave.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's nice to see you, see you as well, Brownie and Alison.
Yeah.
I've got to remember to be a bit more interactive with your I always want to call it Khajiit. I'm sorry. Tabaxi. I play too much Skyrim.
Alison has wares if you have coin.
See you later,
I'm gonna
See you later.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Nicely done, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice get back to it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I tell you one thing, like I really like after GMing for a bit.